Fire away, ma'am. Let me know. Morning, Deepak. So I did export the contacts to CSV. Fantastic, ma'am. I think you were watching Vanessa's extraction process. Correct. So once you get that out, like for example, uh, I have just extracted, so I must have a copy here. But I don't want to mail everyone on the list. Sure. So what you could do is to sort them out. See, this is my Google Sheet now, so I can go ahead and filter people out as to who I want to be in touch with. Like for example, let's say I want to send an email to Aarti. I pick up Aarti and copy that into another doc, another sheet, and so Aarti gets an email and not anybody else. So likewise, I can just pick up handful of people and only stay in touch with them. Yeah, that's it. You can see the first name and last name together. You can also see the breakdown of first name, middle name, and last name. So you can choose wisely as to who you want to be in touch with. Now, there's another thing that you could do also do. So if you hold on to that filter process, you click that button here and say filter. Now you get a drop down menu here, and you can just go ahead and select all those individuals. Like for example, I want to send Abdul, and then I want to keep in Aditya, Aditi, Akshata, Amar, maybe Amit, yeah, Amol. See, you can see that it's getting added. And once I finish up the 100, I could say, thank you very much, job done. That's it. Okay, and save the CSV. Absolutely. Now, once you get this done, you may want to copy them, right? So, because it's all filtered. See, number 4 is selected, number 11 is selected, 15, 20, and 26. So, you just want to copy them, get to another sheet, paste all of them together, and now you can go ahead and sort those out. The email addresses are not here, so you could see that it's in the corner here. So, you may want to just go ahead and take the other, columns out, like just delete them until here, and then your email arrives on the third column. That's exactly how I sort them out. Once I sort this, then I can take it out into a Word document. A CSV document. For example, click the Save As, and then you say 100 contacts for MailChimp. So 100 contacts for MC MailChimp, comma separated value, and click the Save button. It says, is that the active sheet that you're working on? And the answer is yes. Please go ahead and say yes again. Close the sheets, and now come back to MC 100 or 110, and you will have just this. Upload this into Mailchimp platform. Get your assignment completed. Job done. Super. Here's another question. I think it's in red color, so I better first read them out. I believe you discussed about how to get a lead for email campaigns. That will solve one of my problem. The other issue is what to promote as is done. As I don't have a website or running a company. Okay, cool. So I need to bring this in. I think it's safe. When you use a red color, that means it's a private communication, unless it's a very sensitive issue that you don't want the entire team to know. Until then, it's perfectly fine. So please go ahead and let us see what you have in here. I'm going to get in leads or maybe email addresses. I'm not getting you leads. This is a very skeptical thing here in terms of the word. A lead could be a person who's interested. For some companies, a lead is a contact information complete. For example, we got the person's first name, last name, email ID, phone number, and that's a lead for them as well. For other companies, it is unless you go ahead and ask the person if he's interested in our services or not, it never becomes a lead. So I would say contact information is what we will be getting in, preferably email addresses, and that's what I will show you. And you're free to actually execute a campaign. The question is, what do I write about? See, when I was doing a third module, I had no idea as to what kind of templates I had to build in. What I picked up is by looking at my Gmail account, and I looked at that digital Quora guys, really messing up the template. We have a coloring expert here, and they can't beat this person, isn't it? Digital and the Quora. I picked up this template and I said, I will just rework on this template. Look at this coloring. This is far, what do you call, superior than the Portugal coloring. Vanessa has to take classes from this company now. Take a look at this. This is Jugad coloring. Yeah, meaning there is no head, no tail, there is no flow, there is no contrasting. Yeah, this is called coloring. Now, I had no idea as to what I will do on the third module, so I just picked this idea, and I said I'm going to actually execute a campaign for this particular campaign. I mean, for this company, and give them an insight saying how do I go about redesigning it. That's all I had as a plan. So I went ahead and did that. Now, for you, you might want to just go back to your Gmail accounts or maybe browse through, pick up your favorite topic. For Vanessa, it will be coloring, right? If you bring her up wake her up in the morning, middle of the night, she will only talk about coloring. Now she will also add on some more products. She will say, I'm actually going to be branding my books and color sheets and all that. But for now, it is all coloring. So when you ask her to do an emailer, she will definitely do something about the topic, saying, "How do we look at colors? What is the different type of palettes you'll have to choose? Yeah, how do you contrast colors?" There will be many lessons coming out of her, and that will be circulated to the rest of the gang. Similarly, you pick up your favorite topic. Don't tell me you don't have any. For the least that you could do is talk about a movie, right? Pick up a movie and say what's good in it and what's bad in it. Do we really have to go inside and watch 2.5 hours of movie, or should we avoid that? Anything can be an idea. Pick that up and talk to a handful of people, maybe 100 individuals. Job done. Sometimes you would say, well, I don't really want to do a generic topic, but I wanted to go ahead and do my trend analysis. So you can go into Google or maybe YouTube, find the trending topic today, go into in shorts, news in shorts, pick up all the technology related news. You'll have hundreds of headlines coming out of in short. It's an app, yeah, so you can go in there and look at the technology upgrades that's happening, and then talk about those upgrades and tell your customers or maybe your audience, the 100 emails that you're picking up, tell them about what you learned. That's it, job done. So there are hundreds of different ways. You don't really need to have a website or a company, and absolutely no reason to promote something else. Yeah, for the run, for your assignment run, you can do anything. But when it comes to your business, when you have your own website, when you're representing a company, that's where you'll put your foot down and do a little more homework in assessing what the objectives are. Now you're watching Vanessa. She's the we scared her on the first module. When we all discussed together, she said, "I am fish out of the water. I want to run." Then she mustered up courage. I think she must have spoken to DV team. DV team would have told her whatever. Yeah, and she came back on the second module. Look at the third module. I think she's a lot more confident than the rest of the experienced people here. So keep our fingers crossed. This is exactly how knowledge can help. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming in time. And let's go ahead. My clock says it's 10 and 10 too. So I'm going to actually start the day off with the fourth module. Just before we go there, Deepak is around. Dibharti is around. Good morning, Dibharti. Kevin is here. Kevin, good morning. Sachin, good morning. Satish, Sumita. Sumita jumped out, I think. Internet issue. Tanvi, good morning. Thank you very much for coming in time. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at your fourth module. Uh, there is going to be an introduction on the fourth module, looking at the privacy policies, looking at the do's and don'ts, and then we show you how to extract the emails out using Google. Yeah, simple search engine technique. We're going to be looking at the same search engine that you have seen or witnessed for the last 10 years. We're going to use that same search engine to pick up a hell of a lot of emails that is important for us to start communicating with. Okay, how do we do that? Well, let's go ahead and see. Before we go there, just a quick recap. Just a quick recap. It's an habitual practice now. Kevin can beat me up, but at the end of the day, it is very important to go back and see how much of things we've gathered so far. Yeah, from the module one, what do you remember? What do you remember from the module one? What do you think we should keep in mind when it comes to module one? This is where you play the part using the keyboard. Thank you. Just the headline is fine. Just the word. Policies of different nations. Thank you very much. Yeah, very important. Compliance part. we saw the cops. Yeah, preferably a few cops there, especially the ones that are important for you on the first module. Could you throw more light on that as well? Thank you. Santosh gives you light. He says, when it comes to the cop, we looked at SPF and DKIM. That's very important there. Thank you very much, sir. SPF, DKIM, and of course, Indra points out saying it's SPF and DKIM again. Why emails go into spam folder? Very important to find out as well. Without which, I think it's waste of time to fly the campaigns out. Trust me, do not do campaigns unless you thoroughly know that all your emails are getting into inbox. If it is not getting into inbox, it doesn't just serve the purpose. Yeah. And you may just avoid say doing any of those campaigns, save money. So there's a lot of thinking that goes in picking up an email service provider, identifying who's the best one, looking at how do we configure those SPF and DKIM settings. Trust me, even now I can tell you, I can show you proof that even if it is on your own server, right? Our own company server. Let me show you an example here. SendGridMailers.com, and I go into mails. It's a server that is configured on our computers, and it is our own IP addresses. So I'm going to go sign in here and show you something. If I were to play the game like MailChimp, Aweber, Constant Contact, and all those top names in the marketplace, they're struggling very hard to get into the inbox. Look at us. Look at us. I'm going to go in and send an email to leadsourcing@gmail.com, and I'm going to say, if we can't get into inbox, just don't mail. Just don't mail. Period. Full stop. Yeah. Okay. Kick the campaign out. And I'm saying, by default, close your eyes and keep it ready. When you go into lead sourcing, it has to show up in the inbox. It has to show up in inbox. There you go. And ladies and gentlemen, it's got no promotional tag on it. It's got no updates, social media or social or forum, whatever that is. It actually reaches the inbox. And we are talking about Gmail. The entire world. Go back to LinkedIn, go into email marketing forums, and you will know that everybody is standing on their head, not on their feet. They're standing on their head waiting to see, how do we get into Gmail? How do we make it to the inbox? And the game is fairly simple. Whatever you said just now, like the SPF, DKIM settings, though it looks like, want to do it, good to have it, but it's a mandate now. So I'm going to go in and take a look at the show original and take a look at everything that we have done in order to make an email possibly go inside. And surprise, surprise, same domain. I'm going into MX Toolbox. MX Toolbox. This is a place where we use to this tool helps you find out if you're on the blacklisted history. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click the blacklisted history and say sendgridmails.com. Check for blacklisted history. Magic. We are on the blacklisted history. If we are on the blacklisted history, the IP is on the blacklisted history. I'll go back and just blink twice and keep this number in your mind, and let's go back to that emailer and see that number match. Yeah, this IP is on blacklisted history. How is Gmail allowing this email to come into inbox? Okay, well, because we did the homework, we did exactly what Gmail wants to check. We are playing with the cop, we are playing with the computers. We are telling the computer saying, if this is important for you, we will have it. If this is important for you, we will have it. If this is important for you, we will still have it. Now, will you allow us inside? And the answer is, of course, sir, please come. You have a royal pass to actually go in and do whatever you'd like to. And that's where we are in. So it is very, very important. Though it looks like it's a good to have kind of system, trust me, it's a mandate to have. So there is absolutely no way that you can skip that particular process and say, we are okay even if we don't have it. It's not that way at all. Okay, so keeping in mind that pretty much all of you, looked into the module one in this particular manner, I think we are safe. As long as you know that this is to be done and it is going to help you save your emails into, or get your emails into inbox, please continue doing this. Now let's jump into the second module. I've already given you a clue saying that it is also got to do something with the blacklisting. Is there anything else that we have to look at from the cop number 2 perspective? All of this, cop number 1. Great work done. Cop number 2. Gautam remembers the size of the email. Absolutely right. Content is very important to be verified, failing which our emails don't really get in. The text and the size of the email, very important. Back again, Vanessa also gives in. Look at Tanvi. Tanvi says, hey, you know what? Warm IP, cold IP, that is very important. And what I want to remember is it has to be a warm IP. As long as it's a warm IP, I have a range. And if there is a range with the cop has no problem sending my emails into inbox. Great work. Content has to be filtered. Content has to be checked for spam words. If there is a match with spam words, possibilities of our email being categorized as a spammer is very high. Imagine somebody puts a law saying that anyone who wears a black shirt is going to be a blacklisted individual. Would you ever dare to wear a black shirt again? Well, you lose privileges as well. You can't go into, you can't hire a cab, you can't buy anything, you can't use cash. Imagine that kind of an imposition comes in. Well, we definitely have to go ahead and adhere by the law and say, okay, guys, we don't want to look like a spammer. Pull those words out, which is actually classifying our email as a spam. Checking the content, very important. This volume is the warm IP and the cold IP, and that's exactly what Tanvi had to say. Okay, cool. Indra also pointed out saying it's very important to take a look at those. Mukesh, good morning. And Satish says, reputation guy. Reputation, the number is all very crucial. If it's 100 on 100, job well done. But most often, 99.9% of the time, we cannot keep the IP's reputation 100 on 100. So, which is the best number? 80 on 100, perfectly fine. Out of 100, you got 80. Good number. Anything below 80, cause of concern. You'll have to jump in and find out how to increase that number to a better number. Over and above 80, perfectly fine. Less than 80, struggle. We will have to do our homework to get it done. That's what Satish says. Awesome way. Thank you very much. And Satish, good morning. I don't know if I greeted you. Percentage of spam, very important. What's the number? According to Sidesh, this is what he would say: 0.1% of something. But I'm sure today he will say something else. 0.1% of what, Sidesh? Of the size of the database. Fantastic. Good job. And good morning, Sidesh. Size of the database, very important, very crucial. That will tell you the number that you'll have to, you're okay to run past the threshold or not okay to run past the threshold. Good. If you're on the blacklisted history, the records say that you will land up into spam folder. But the proof is in the pudding. When we check the IP domain just now, while 10 minutes ago, when we check the domain is actually on the blacklisting. But if you hold on to the norms, you still will get past that particular barrier. Okay, it is also important to see the severity of your blockage, because all of these cops are very different. Some cops catch you for wrongdoing signal. You broke the signal, which is like you did not wait for the signal light, green light to come in, but you just jumped the signal. Well, that's not a crime which is going to be taken in very seriously, but on the severity level it will be low. Now you got to make sure that you're looking at all of these guys and making sure that it is on the lower side. And if it's on the medium size or the higher, there is no penetration into inbox at all. So there are some companies that you want to be carefully watching. Spam House. The spam house guys are very severe guys. The minute you get listed here, job done. Kiss a goodbye to your email, because this is severe. You don't want to be on the spam house at all. Now there are multiple other spam house kind of similar guys here. Barracuda, if you're reaching out to corporate domains, corporate email addresses, very tough if you're on the Barracuda firewall, because these guys have a cloud assessment, and pretty much all the blacklist or the blacklisted individuals are part of the Barracuda system. anyone, any company using a Barracuda firewall by default will start preventing your email from getting into inbox. Similarly, there are quite a lot here based on severity assessment. So when you're getting blacklisted, you got to make sure that your severity is also lower, and if it is lower and your norms are then done well on your emailer, the header looks clean in terms of what you're specifying, where you're coming, what's the point in contact that we have to get in touch with. If all of those statements are clear, SPF, DKIM, DMA, RC records, if those things are done well, absolutely nothing to worry. Your emails will reach the inbox. And that's what we learned on the second module. Job well done. And this type of assessments, you don't have to do it every what do you call, every Diwali time, every year, occasionally. You might want to do this every day when you get an email which is landing up into spam folder. Occasionally make it a practice to go into spam folder and try and see what type of emails come into spam. This is our server landing up into spam. We're working severely, very, very hard to rectify them. I know it's only 10 more minutes for me to actually fix this. But once I fix this, I don't think you'll I get to meet you again. So yeah, but this is going to get into inbox very soon. We're working very hard on that particular domain. Similarly, you will see various other emails coming into spam folder, and you want to do a quick assessment saying, would that be because of the cop number one, or is it because of the cop number two? When you do that exercise every day without any assistance, by default, trust me, you will never be able to stop your knowledge from sharing it with others. Share it with a price. Call it consulting. Find a company that you want to talk with and tell them saying, you know what, I feel sad that your emails are landing up into spam. And I know why it's landing up into spam. Allow me to actually help you get the email into inbox. Would you allow me to work for free for the first month? And then the second month onwards, if you like the service, we go back and give you the pricing. And no company will say no to you, because it's absolutely free, and somebody is mustering up courage to come inside the organization and say, I will help you get into the inbox, guys, give me a chance to get inside. Oh, come on, that kind of service provider is very less. Everybody gives you a pricing sheet or a price card and say, choose what you want, I can do everything for you. And that's 1947, 2018. I think things are very different, dynamic. You got to go inside the company and tell them saying, hey guys, we know why your emails are going into spam. Allow me to actually fix that for you. 1 month free, second month onwards, I'll bill you. Is that okay? And the answer is, of course, why not? Give it a shot. And look at the startup companies, they're very open, they're very broad minded compared to existing companies which are non profit. I mean, they don't make much profit. They're sustaining, they're surviving, they're just swimming across. Not those kind of people. Look at the startup companies, and I'm sure you'll do a lot good in terms of picking up smaller projects. What I have to do if I were to go into spam folder again and again after following the steps. Well, you want to find out if you can help that company get that email into inbox. Yeah, if you're a doctor and your patients are coming in and coughing every day, and you tried all medication and the patient still coughs, that means there's something wrong with either the prescription that you're giving, or maybe your diagnosis itself was wrong. How do you fix the cough? What is wrong with the person? So, Yogesh, your knowledge is on the first list from the cop number one and cop number two. You want to find out what is wrong there. And trust me, doctors, with that two checklist that you have, you pretty much can solve any type of email marketing problem. Email spam folder problems sorted out immediately, instantaneously. This is quoted out of experience here. Come with me. I go to companies, and this is whatever the protocol I told you, 1 month free and all that. When I'm really desperate in wanting a new client to be added, that's when I do that. For now, these are some of the clients I work with. To the neo digital. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to actually show you some proofs here. Yogesh, eyes on the screen. Uh, where's my to the new? Mm, if you get to see to the new, let me know. Okay, either we should not have more projects, or we should bucket them into different. No, okay, to the new, right? That's a company. We do the same kind of reports and assessments, but take a look at some of the reports we've sent them. This is a final report. Here we go. Why aren't your emails reaching inbox? Why is it going into spam? Why? Reason could be ISP, ESP, whatever that is. How do I fix them? Okay, now here we are not talking about fixture based on you pay me 1 lakh, you pay me 2 lakhs, I get into an agreement with 1 year, 2 year. No, no, no. Not a single rupee comes to us, and here's what we have already done. Take a look at it. We assess the problem as to where the problem is, and we find out that 40% chances of not reaching inbox is because of the content error. 60% of reaching the inbox if the content errors are fixed. Spam words within an email. Okay, Quieto is already free for you. One check every day for your lifetime is absolutely free. So why wouldn't you really use that particular tool? I don't know. So, but again, keep in mind that if you know that content is a problem and you're going to fix the problem with the content, will it reach the inbox? Here's what we said: fix the content error, tick mark. We did it. We altered the phrases, we altered the words. Reputation of the IP, we used a reputed IP because the IP was also bad. So we used a reputed IP. We got that email into inbox. And in order to get the deal in order to get them to agree saying I'm happy to work with you, we sent that email to their primary inbox, to all the stakeholders in the company. Yeah, when they're making a decision to bring in an external consultant, not just one ed, there will be at least three eds sitting down on the call asking you to do XYZ. They'll ask you to do a bungee jump, you'll have to do a bungee jump. They'll ask you to sing, you'll have to sing. They will ask you to do plenty of things, and you'll have to do all of that on the call, remotely or maybe physically present at their office. We got to do all their drill, circus. We have to do that circus. And after that circus is done, when they see the proof in the pudding, well, they're going to come back and say, how did you get that into inbox? And then we tell them saying, if you want to know how we fix that problem, come on, pay us and get us into consulting. We'll tell you how. That's it, Yogesh. So you see, where do we identify emails? Well, it's all in the spam. And when you look at the cop number 2, he will quickly tell you where the problem is. If you look at the cop number 1, he will tell you whether these people are holding on to the norms or not. And if they're failing to hold on to the headers like SPF, DKIM, and also the ESP provider chosen wrongly, compliance is taking a beat, well, fix all of that, and you will see email by default landing up into the inbox. Show that proof of concept and tell them saying, you want to fix that forever? Get me inside. Job done. And that's exactly how you find a job as well. You don't go back and send resume copies anymore. You don't send an emailer saying, please find my resume copy and give me a suitable job. Salary industry standard, bad idea. Come on, no industry standards in 2018. You got to go back and fix your price and tell them saying, how important is your emails getting into inbox? And they will say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate them? 10 on 10, please. I want to get that email into inbox. Fantastic. That's a problem I can fix you. And how much are you willing to pay me? And here's my number. This is what I'm expecting to actually join in. And if you have that confidence and if you have that numbers ready in your mind, no one is going to say no to it, because they will definitely hire you. And that's what, hold a second. Sorry, I have a severe cough in the last 2 days. Yeah, so that's exactly how you must position yourself, rather than sending out a resume copy and saying, "Find me a suitable job. If there is anything, give me a call." Ha! No, no. Things are different now. How to select a reputed IP address if an ESP provider like Mailchimp? The only thing that we have is to choose the name here. If Mailchimp is not able to provide us with proper IP addresses, but which is a wrong belief, when you go back and do a little research about Mailchimp, you go into Mailchimp and say Mailchimp IP addresses, like on Google, you type that in, Mailchimp IP addresses, and they have a dedicated page to define which IP addresses they use, and they have defined all the IP addresses here. Validated on the 30th Jan is what they say, 2017. So you want to go back and pick up these IPs and find out if they're on the blacklisted history. Okay, that's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is to go inside MailChimp, get inside MailChimp, like in, for example, here, get inside, pick up a template, any template that you've created. I think last time we created one. So let's go inside here, and let's say digital blank. I want to send out an emailer to myself. So I click the preview button. I think we need to edit that. Edit. Okay, I understand. I'm going to edit this. And now it says send a test message to yourself. So send a test message to yourself. Lead sourcing at gmail.com. and go into your send original. After you receive this emailer, go into viewing that email in the original format, and you'll get the IP address right there. Okay, now so imagine that an email arrives in a few seconds. You go in here and click the button original, show original. IP address will be right there. Pick up that IP, go ahead and do your scrutiny. It might be Juvlon, it might be Netcore, or it can be any other tier 3 or below tier 3 companies that you're working with. What we need to make sure is that the IPs are clean. In order to get those IPs, you can't ask the customer service guy saying, what IPs do you use? And they will say, well, I'm not allowed to disclose those in detail, but maybe I can arrange a call with the technical team, and that never happens. So how do you get your way through then? Well, send a test message from the panel, where, like in the control panel or the console. Send a test message to yourself, pick up that IP, and do your scrutiny to find out if those IPs are clean. If it's not clean, then go back and tell them, saying, you know what, my friend, there's a serious trouble there. My email hasn't reached here, so by default, I think spam folder. Yeah, that's because of the content. It's not because of the IP. It's the content, digital blank and the Quora. You see that? Yeah, we have detected similar emails in the spam folder, and that's exactly why. So this practical classes, blah blah blah, get trained. Those are, words that we need to fix in. Once we fix that in, we will have no trouble. But how do we find out the IP address? Well, click that original again, and these guys, there you go. SPF, we said we wanted to make the SPF proper. They have given us the DKIM, but SPF failed. Yeah, we need to fix that SPF first before we do any scrutiny or firing on MailChimp. See, IP address, a designated IP address of this. Pick up that IP, do your PhD around it, and then you will figure out whether MailChimp is the right service provider for us, or maybe MailerLite, or maybe Aweber, or another company. So that's exactly how you scrutinize a problem and go ahead and fix the problem. Most often, if it's a genuine service provider, they will have a blog dedicated to identify what is happening with what. And that's something that you want to really use. They use random IP addresses, I thought. Yes, they use it, not random, but they use dynamic. The random word is also called as dynamic. Dynamic mean not just one, but many. Yeah, because the mailers that are going out are out of the cold IPs on a free account, and they have hundreds of IPs to actually be warmed up. And they will use a dynamic IP, and that will be on rotation. Every 1 hour, the IP will quickly take a turn, and then another IP is used, another IP is used, and it's like a fleet of IP addresses taking on the load that the customers are giving. And that's exactly how MailChimp arranges to work on. MailChimp does not have a provision to give on dedicated IPs. That's the biggest challenge again. So even if you want to get into a paid account and tell MailChimp saying, I want a dedicated IP, could you please help me? MailChimp says, sorry, that's something that we don't provision as yet, but you're free to actually find another way. But pretty much my dynamic IPs are clean, is what they give you as an explanation, but you're not satisfied with it. Who gives you a dedicated IP then? Get into Send in Blue, and pick up Send in Blue IP addresses, and those guys have a provision to add any number of dedicated IPs you want, and now you can fly your campaigns out for your clients using a dedicated IP. If it's random or dynamic, you don't like that situation, because I'm not in control of warming it up, or looking at the reputation of it. I want my IPs to be clean. So I pick up a Send in Blue kind of an account, and I can go ahead and do my IP management. I have 2 IP addresses procured, and these are some of my accounts, and added. My clients use these. These are my clients. They use these IPs to execute the campaign. Imagine one of them come back and say IP reputation is going bad. We don't really wait for the customer to tell us, but we daily, every day monitor these. I have a guide dedicated only to whitelist and blacklisted domains, whitelisting them. We have a dedicated team to actually get that done. So there is not a single day that the client will call me saying that we are caught on blacklisting, but we inform them saying that the reputation is low, and hence we are making a shift on this IP to another IP. But if I think I need to add another IP here, I can always go ahead and add another IP. You see that here? Buy another IP. And I can add up another IP on the fly. In about 5-10 minutes, I will get a new IP. Job done. So this is exactly how we do client management. In case if you're looking at several clients coming in and you don't want to pick up a day 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock job, well, sky is the limit, ladies and gentlemen. With the knowledge that you have right now, I think you can do wonders. Yeah, we have decided not to work in any company, so that's why we don't have one brand, but we have many. Yeah. So if you ask me, saying how many brands do you represent, well, close to about 10 domains, 10 companies. That's exactly how much we can handle, but we're looking at expanding. The minute we come to a stage where we are able to handle 20 companies, well, we're going to add in more people. We're going to actually expand the office as well. For now, my size of thinking is very limited, so I'm very satisfied with the quantum of work we're doing, and also the exploration time that we get in to find out how to get the emails into inbox. And we like to play with the giants, like the Gmail guys. If they come up with a new technology and they say we're going to prevent you from getting in, we want to break that in. Yeah, so that's exactly how we work in the back end, and I'm hoping that you get a fair idea as to how you do or what you do with the knowledge that you've obtained. Third module was to give you a perspective on how we work on the softwares. And don't get fearful on a software name that you're not familiar with. Yeah, there are hundreds of millions of things that we are not familiar with. Trust me, yes, there are millions of things we are not familiar with. What we need is time. What we need is that particular confidence to go in and explore that new area and learn them up. It can be Pardot, it can be HubSpot, it can be Marketo, it can be Acton. These are all what do you call super intelligent monkeys on the planet, and we want to learn how to work with that particular monkey. And all it requires is we want to find out if the monkey will react to a banana, or will the monkey react to something else. We want to find that out. And how do you do that? Well, testing, trying. And we do not want to pay them up. Right? For example, I want exposure into Marketo, so I pay $3,000 and get that Marketo and then work around it. Bad idea. Zero investment. You find a client who actually works on Marketo and tell them, saying, are you comfortable working on it? Do you want me to help you? And the answer is, do you know how to work around? Yeah, just give me the login and I'll figure the way out. Is what you should say. Transparent. We are not saying I'm an expert, I worked 20 years on. No, 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 no lies. Pure straightforward answer. But we're not saying yes or no here. We're saying share the login, give me time, and in about 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe one day, I'll tell you how to work around that particular platform. Job done. And that's what we learned on the third module, because the menus that you're accessing on the top for MailChimp will be very different on the other platforms, because they have to make it different. Just like your cars. Yeah, there are 5 gears, there are 6 gears, 6 gear vehicles as well, or maybe 7 gear vehicle. I don't know, I'm not very poor on the automobile, but yeah, there are vehicles like that. How long will it take for you to get adjusted to it? Maybe 3 4 drives, start and stop, and then the fourth day I think you will fly better than the owner of the car. And that's exactly how you do work on a consulting projects. There is no prior experience that anyone has, including me. If you put me onto a Linux operating system, I will have to use Google to actually figure my way out. Yeah, if you put me on a Python operating system, Python programming, I will have to figure my way out. And Google is the only guy who can come into it. I know how the navigation works. I have a fair idea as to how we navigate around that landscape. That's all is what most of them have. Trust me, SEO guys do the same. So is your content writers. So is your SMM guys. And pretty much the entire world operates like this. So there is no expert coming back and saying everything out of his mind, saying लेफ्ट में जाओ, राइट में जाओ, वहाँ पे गोल्ड है, राइट में आओ, ऊपर आओ, ब्रेड मिलेगा, नहीं मिलता है, because people are moving the cheese one place to another. And you got to read that book called Who Moved My Cheese? Who moved my cheese? Somebody is altering your cheese position right now. GDPR was a quick alteration. We were sitting down happily saying implicit permission is okay. Somebody moved my cheese. Yeah, 26th or 25th of May, everything altered now. I will have to find a different way to actually reach UK customers, and that cheese is moved already. Where is the new position? Well, give us time. In about 3 months' time, we will tell you where the other locations are. What is important for the mouse there is to run, explore, and find out where's the different location for the cheese. And once we figure it out, it's going to be right there. Voice is not there. Mine is perfectly fine. Check the internet, please, if you don't mind. Okay. Fourth module is going to add a few more powers to you. Thank you, sir. Fourth module is going to add a little more fuel to your experience, right? So much of gathering you've done. Here, this particular fourth module, you will now be able to tell the customers how to source databases as well. Now, this is a very good add on skill that you can have as a digital marketeer. Yeah, you're not that digital marketeer who, here's another experience from the world here. Email directors, digital marketing directors, CMOs, chief marketing officers, they are all theoretical guys. Yeah, they have no experience on working on an Excel sheet. They have no prior experience looking at the dashboards. They have no prior experience knowledge working on a software. They are only knowing how to get the customer to buy from you, which is again looking at the whose book is that? There's a guy who actually wrote that book and left it. Sigmund something Freud, yeah, Sigmund Freud. He wrote a book, and in that he very clearly says the guy who cannot really know how to open up an email address is the guy who will be a CEO of a company. Absolutely right. Yeah, because today the CEOs of the company will never know how the tracking systems work. They don't know how to open up their Gmail accounts or maybe check their email accounts. If there is something wrong with their Outlook, they will never go ahead and fix them. They'll call the technical guys to fix that. Why are they CEOs of the company? Well, if you read that book, you will know that it's very important to manage human beings rather than the computers. And we are learning how to manage the computers. You should also add on another. So I will. I'm thinking on that book name title. Give me some time. I'll get that for you. Yeah. I've already put the request on my database. Hold on. It's searching. So I will get you that book, and maybe in some time. Also, keep in mind that human handling is also another skill that we are not training you on, but it's very, very important. When in a consulting project, you don't want to make the customers or the team feel that you're going to take their job off. No, never do that. You got to go and gel with the team. You got to tell them saying, I'm here to actually help you do your job better, and don't take me as anything else that I'm firing you off the company. No. Yeah, provided if you don't have proper work ethics, I definitely will give you a pink slip. But until then, you are safe in my hands. As long as whatever we say you do, perfectly fine. So play with me, I play with you. And that's exactly what is another skill that you'll have to fit in. You can be any gray air man or a not a gray air man, because people will want to go ahead and bring you inside the team, provided you know how to gel well with a 27-year-old. Yeah, that's exactly the youth group now, looking at the social media folks. So keep all of that in mind and then venture in. Companies have another, biggest challenge, which is to source the databases on where do we get those from. Here's what. Today we are going to be simply looking at a system called Google, and we will learn everything out of Google and say, Google, could you please help me get the database? Now the question is, if Google, says that I'm going to actually give you everything, it goes back into the, ground rule as to why are they in existence? What do they do? Well, they say that I know everything or I have everything. Google says I have everything. Now the question is, if we were to really understand how on earth are they planning to say that statement, how good is it? I mean, is it really true? If it is true, does Google hire scholars on various topics that they write and have them uploaded so the people could find it? Or is there another strategy that they are adopting here? How can Google say, I have everything? What do you think? Where are they getting the information from? Where are they getting the information from? Option A, scholars. Thank you very much. That's a good answer. Ask Nityanand, wake up. I think you're sleeping. No, I'm not. And I think that's exactly what is the awareness. But the rest of you, if you're wondering what that means, let's hear it from Yogesh and Indra. How us? How are they getting it from us? If they want to learn about painting, if they want to learn about coloring, who's the right person to hit? Coloring? Okay. Vanessa will be the person there because she's talking a lot on the videos. She's got a YouTube channel there. and they will quickly go and sync up with Vanessa's YouTube portal and bring up everything. There you go. That's exactly me, us. We are providing the information, and that's exactly what makes Google say that I know everything or I have everything about anything that you want. Yeah, including NASA, because NASA wants to help customers know what they're working on. Because last time they said they went to the moon, and now they're saying, well, we're figuring out a way to actually overcome some of the gases there, the atmospheric gases. We can't really overcome that because it's impossible to reach the moon. Oh, is it? Then what happened to that previous time you said you went to the moon? Why are you still investigating? Well, NASA needs to be found on Google as well. Likewise, pretty much every company that's existing today needs or has an important element to play, which is to be on Google. For example, a company that you actually did marketing on, and they go back and check the company's name to find out if this company really exists. And where is the source? Google it is. Google it is. When they type the company name called lead sourcing, they want to find out what is lead sourcing. Is there a company existing? And if there is evidence found on Google, that means you exist. If no evidence found on Google, well, they're going to be a little more skeptical to find out if you're teaching digital marketing, if you're training or going to be coming and fixing my problems on digital, why aren't you really digital friendly? If you're learning or teaching or getting a project on SEO or social media, why aren't you on social media and why aren't you on SEO? Will be a big question mark around the company's face, saying, well, they can't get their website up. How are they going to get our website up? They can't get their emails into inbox. How are they going to help us? Think logically, because it doesn't really make sense here. You might say, well, I haven't really spent time on my web portal, blah blah blah, but that's a story that's going to be quickly ignored, because whatever you're selling, you got to sell the proof of concept. The proof of concept is, I am not an SEO guy and I don't train SEO. All we wanted to find out is, when somebody types in lead sourcing or Nithy email marketing, our website should come up. Not just that, if somebody is training in or wanting to pick up trainers on email marketing in Bangalore, email trainers in Bangalore, you got to make sure that you come up. Picks up the LinkedIn profile and says, this guy, yeah, maybe in Bangalore, why not? Give it a shot, because he's not a guy who's a white skin guy charging you in dollars, but he's a guy in India with a dark color skin, and he probably will charge you in Indian rupees. Why don't you get in touch with him? You're ranking first on all pages in Brazil, in US, in UK, in all places. Absolutely right. And now, if I go and tell them something about SEO, you better listen. I mean, I will make the CEO listen and not saying, yeah, that's something that we're not doing. Let's go get that done. Absolutely, sir. Let me also help your team as well to fix these for you. And my time comes at a price, because I have to be working with you and in your organization for some time. And hence, come on, get me into consulting. That's proof of concept. So when you're learning something and you finished up your SEO or social media, just make sure that you're on the top page. And once you get that in, I got my website 3 years ago, I guess. Yeah, if you look back, leadsourcing.in. Before that, we never had a website. All we had a visiting card, and all we had to say is that we can do XYZ. Give us your computer. Yeah, we picked up their computers, we worked on their computers, and showed them results, and that's what people really want. But nowadays, companies are really different. They want to go back and look at who you are, what you do, first on the search engines, and that's what you meant when you say we share the data. We want our website to be on the first page of Google. We want to rank better. We want to show them what we are good at. You will find 100,000 people here, but none of them actually work like us. None of them have the kind of books that your child gets experience on. Coloring. And it can be anything else, right? Think about e-commerce portals. Think about applications that you've developed. There will be hundreds of competition. How are you breaking them? Well, you got to really look at them and also find out how you play with Google. Now that Google has all the information, and you've also seen email trainers in Bangalore brings up not my website, but brings up my LinkedIn. Brings up my LinkedIn, which also gives you another perspective, saying if these guys are calling out 32 million odd records, remove the duplicates, cut them by half. The 16 million records, cut them by half again, because 8 million unique users, removing all the duplicates. We're looking at about 8 million users sitting down on LinkedIn. How do we bank on that? What kind of information does Google hold about LinkedIn? Okay, now here's another privacy part that you'll have to keep in mind. When I go ahead and look at my website, I am telling them, saying, Google, when somebody searches for my domain, please show my web portal there. Which means I have given permission to Google to penetrate into my web portals. I have given permission, which is on my www network, W3 network, W3 network, which is www World Wide Web. Yeah. So I pick up a domain and I say, I want my site to be on the first page of Google. So allow me to go ahead and define some keywords that you could pick up. So Google sends the algorithms on all the web portals, picks up all the data that is required based on the permission. If the website says that, let's say, a job portal like Naukri.com, Indeed.com, and various other portals that are around here, in terms of selling off the customer's profile to individuals, saying you can find a right type of skill. Naukri.com, I think Monster has gone out of business. Yeah, they're now doing resume copies, I guess, writing resume copies, but not in the business of selling off databases. Naukri, of course, yes, they are there. Jobs for her, it's for individuals who have taken a break and want to come back into workspace. Jobs for her, not him. Him they're working on, they will quickly expand for him as well. But for her, which is like only women based, they can go ahead and look at those people's profile, give them all the advocate skills, adequate skills they need, and then get them back into working professionals. That's a portal there. Now if you go back and ask them, saying, are you going to give in all information on Google? The answer is no, because my premium data there is actually not going to be freely available for general public. But how about LinkedIn? LinkedIn very clearly says that I'm a public portal, and all information there is going to be with only one logic: view, connect, view, connect. And once they connect the suppliers with the vendors with the client with the suppliers or customers, it goes on, right? And some professionals who want to be connected with industry, industry updates, they go back and look at their own mentors, they sign up their followers, and it goes on, right? It's a professional portal. And how it works, it says, I'm going to keep all the options on public, and I'm also going to make sure that people find you within the LinkedIn portal as well on Google. Now, how does it permit on Google? Well, it tells the individual, saying, how would you like your profile to be? Would you like it to be SEO friendly? And if the person says, yes, I would like it to be SEO friendly, by default, in maybe 2 3 months, you can beat up my number there, which is my LinkedIn profile for email marketers. You can beat me up. I mean, if that's your primary goal, to beat that particular keyword, you can always take that keyword and run around it. Because I see a lot of individuals who have completed digital vidya training, going back and coming and competing with that particular keyword. Absolutely good. That's the race you'll have to get in. And the minute you break me free from the rank one, that's when the victory comes in. So far, well, it's been 5 years now training on digital vidya. None of them. They give up very quick. Maybe 2 days they will try, maybe 2 months they will try. Third month onwards, they have something else to run behind. Multiple rabbits, one rabbit at a time is what they say. But a lot of people chase many rabbits, and none of them actually fix into one rabbit. So think about those and break me free from the LinkedIn profile. If it is SEO friendly, that means we should be able to extract emails of those people who have said, make my profile SEO friendly. Bulk extraction. Bulk extraction. Now, when I say bulk extraction, I see another customer coming on, participant is on your forum group, digital with their question forum, something they call it, LMS platform. So you can post any question, and then there's going to be answers to it. An individual comes in there and he says, I picked up bulk extraction of Gmail addresses. I picked up, which is past tense. I did it. I got 1,000 emails. And in this, I want to find out how many of them are marketeers. Out of the 1,000, I want to know, I want to know how many marketeers. Now that's not harvesting. When you're harvesting, you don't just run the run searches randomly and pick up anything and everything and then go back and say, यहाँ पे who's a marketer, who's a sales guy. We don't build the house and then look for a kitchen. Yeah, we constructed the house without the kitchen. We never had that on the blueprint, and we the house is ready. Now you go back hunting, saying, cooking कहाँ से करेंगे? छत पे ही करना पड़ेगा boss, because architect, when you have the blueprint, you got to find out if you have everything necessary there. If it is not done well, that means you'll have to go back and do something else. Yeah, so when you're extracting emails, you got to keep in mind how you're extracting. For example, segmentation, basic segmentation. You can't run major filtration systems here, like who likes and who doesn't like anything. Then we will do exactly what Cambridge Analytica did. Yeah, and that's not available anymore, so you can't really penetrate in there and picking up all kinds of data about an individual, what they prefer, what they don't prefer. Psychological assessment, like in psychographic assessments, cannot be done. Demographic assessment, where does the person work, what title is he working in, will tell you what salary structure they're in, what employee size are they in, what kind of Gmail, email addresses they're using. All these basic demographic segmentation can be done. And like I said, in your blueprint, you got to make sure that there's a kitchen, and then you will know that you went for a kitchen and the kitchen is available. Let's go back and do our first extraction here. I look at the same search box here and I say, Google, I know you have worldwide information. W3 network is not small, and it's very, very vast. And it's not one single company giving out permission to scan through your pages, their pages, but you can do everything. But I don't want all that data. I want you to focus on just one domain. That's what site colon means. Third module, I taught you how to work with the monkey. Fourth module, I'll teach you how to, or I'll walk you through how to work with a spider, like a robot, like an algorithm inside Google search engine. Here we go. Site colon will quickly pinpoint everything around the domain that we're typing in. LinkedIn.com. That's where we want it. Nithy, you're also familiar with SEO. Thank you, sir. A little bit, sir, not deeper. No, no. One kick, 10,000 times. And that one kick is email marketing. I do not practice 10,000 kicks 10,000 times. Quote Bruce Lee, re-quoted Nityanand. Okay, now looking at that particular LinkedIn source, I'm saying ping LinkedIn, and within LinkedIn, hunt for a marketing department, please. Look for a marketing department, an executive who's part of the marketing team, residing inside Delhi. Yeah, because sometimes we'll have to handshake with customers, without which it doesn't really build up that rapport. So you got to meet people in. So within our vicinity, pick up Delhi. Wherever you're in Gurgaon, pick up Gurgaon. You're in Portugal, pick up Portugal. You're in Brazil, pick up Brazil. You're in the US, please type in not just the US, like in the entire country. Maybe break it down to states. New York State, New York City. You want to go California, pick up California. Do that basic homework on how you're filtering and how you're extracting information out of Google. So Delhi is what I've said for the Indian community here, 90% of them. So Delhi. And I want contact information. See, Google search engine works on keywords. You and I know very well, right? And if you're in SEO classes, these people give you enough of knowledge saying that it's all about phrase search, it's exact search, it's the keyword match. There's no other game to it. So here, you can't just go ahead and tell them saying contact information. What kind of contact information? So you got to be specific here, saying email ID. What type of email ID? Because people have a choice of hundreds of free domains, sometimes fake domains too. What are we looking at here? who's the common ground that anyone picks up when it comes to an email choice? Gmail for free and unlimited space there, along with 20 GB of G drive. That's a benefit. So you go ahead and say, I'm looking at a Gmail. Search. And now it says, yeah, sure, I'll hit the marketing guys and marketing department. Email address. Vanessa, email address. Vanessa, email address. See, I told you, I'll give you more email addresses that you can't even handle. You don't know what to do with it now. See, email addresses. Email addresses all over the place. But why it needs to be in the quotes? That's how the spiders understand. It's called a phrase search. Like, can you put that into a quote and say, only look for that, not everything else? Then, if I don't have the quotes, it'll look for the at sign. It'll start hunting the Gmail as a word, the dot as a complete word or character, and the com as another character. Commerce and various other logic will be applied here. So I'm avoiding that and saying phrase search, only pick up Gmail accounts, and it shows up some, and it says, you know what, most of my users only look at 10 information per page. Now you and me have to really get out of this particular logic of 10 pages and 10 search result, which means maximum of 100 and nothing more, nothing more, nothing beyond. And according to Google research, they say people don't navigate beyond 5 pages. Yeah, people don't navigate beyond 5 pages with 10 results. That means, according to the user who's searching for or looking for some information, will quickly put a pen down and say, I searched on Google, I could not find it. That's not searching. That's only surface searching, which is like this. Uh, this guy does the magic. Here we go. Look at that surface, 10 pages. Beyond 10 pages, 100 pages. 100 pages. Beyond 100 pages, 500 pages. Beyond 500 pages, 1000 pages. Now, I think this is exactly what you should be doing. When you're completing a search, you got to get deeper, and you got to make sure that you search enough documents on Google and then give up. I never go beyond the first page. See, that's the youth group. What will you do with this youth group now? You'll have to tell the youth group saying, thoda gadget dal lo, yani get dressed up and deep dive, take the oxygen cylinders, get inside deeper, wahan pe pearl hai, that's where the pearl is, pearl oyster, whatever. That's the pearl, not on the surface. I think you'll get Pepsi cans. I mean, given the fact that that's exactly what it is, and plenty of oil as well. Yeah, but you got to get the core, and that's the gold. That's where the pearl is. But you can set that to 50 search per. Yeah, absolutely. That's my next. Who's the person? No doubt. Indra it is. She says we can go ahead and modify the search. What did she mean? Look at that 10, and if you go to 10th page, it shows you more, says 14 more. And I don't want that particular piece. I want a smaller search engine, but I want the maximum results coming out of the first page. So I go to settings here. You see that, settings and tools. So click the settings, and you get search settings. Click the button. Here you go ahead and modify the 10 by default. They're masking you, saying that it's going to be faster and whatever. No, I don't think it's any faster, but it can be slower as well, as long as we're getting the data. So move it to 100, scroll down, and click the save button. And it confirms, saying that your preferences have been saved. Click the save button, and it quickly will ask you a question saying, are you really a human? Yeah, sort of, you could say. Yes, uh, I belong to the human community, and go ahead and pass the exam. This is more than your IIM exams. Yeah, you'll have to be careful about what you're choosing. Yeah, I think we can walk away from the IIM exams, but these guys, look at my failure rate. They still don't understand that I'm a human. So I must go slow, like a grandfather clicking on the links. Let me do that. Pause. Search for the next button. Click. Uh, Wonder, and click. Pause. No, they still don't. Whoa. Oh, finally they gave me another. So they say at least find the buses. Okay, bus, bus. Is that a bus or a truck? God knows. The bus. Did I miss a bus here? No. Verify. Oh, fantastic! I passed the exam. Okay, there you go. Now I can see 100 results. 100 result. That's exactly what Indra was pointing out. And it will be limited to 5 pages. They don't go beyond that because they say we are a search engine who does the magic in less than 10 pages. So you don't really need more than 400 pages, is what they're saying. Now I see email addresses here. I want to get the email addresses out. What do? Control A, Windows 95 taught you this. Control C to copy, and then you go back here into a new domain or a new tab, and then open up a domain called email reaper. Paste everything that you copied into the input window. Make a modification here, not to insert any commas, but you want to get that into one per line, and then click the button. Search. 82 email addresses found on the first page of Google. Marketeers residing in Delhi. Now I can go after every city, every state, and then pick as many as I want. Multiplied by 4 is what I'm looking at as a total number. Job done. Job done. Please show this how you got this window. Yeah, I go into Email Reaper. You may also please click that link. I go to Email Reaper and I copy everything from here. Copy. I open a new tab. Type in Email Reaper, and then I come into this input window, paste everything I've copied, paste, change this to one per line, like one below the other, and then extract. 82 emails, extracted. Go to the next page, do the same, and in about 5 minutes, I think you'll have over and above 500 emails, maybe 400 plus emails. Case closed. That's it. Vanessa, where are you? You were saying, I don't have the database. Now you can't say that. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Now what you can do, now you can go ahead and do a little more homework in terms of saying who will allow coloring, who would need coloring. Like for example, you're not serving India. I don't like that. You have to come back with an English version as well, and your English is good, right? So you don't have to look at Portugal language only. You might want to come back to English native speaking people as well, and then serve those community along, right? And Portugal's again, you said you don't have emails. Try the Portugal, please. Try picking up cities. I know a person in Portuguese. Yeah, he is around there. I think he must be around my chat as well. Like in, yeah. So I know that there's a lot of community of people who love emails and who do fantastic email marketing, because it's a very small group of people, and that's something that you can also pick up. How will I know who will accept my emails and who don't put me into spam? See, that's a big question mark for all marketers even today, right? We will go ahead and pick them up, and we have to write those emails out, and we need to find out amongst all the group of people who are the ones who like my product. And it's a play that you'll have to go ahead and look at, like for example, let me come to that in a minute. I'll show you how to use that databases. Stay with me. So I'm going to go back and pick up this particular string here, and I'll tell you how to modify this forever in your next lifetime, until your next lifetime, until Google search engine says this particular technique is going to be blocked. And when they do so, just give me an email, and I want to find out why are they blocking and what are the other loopholes in the system, and we'll figure the game out together, right? For now, I think as long as another 5 years goes, this is likely to be, and it is going to be the way it is, because people are not going to be stopping doing SEO optimization for their profiles or their websites. As long as that continues, Google is going to be around. I need to cough. Done with the process. Okay, so if you take a closer look at this, let's zoom in a little more. How do you modify, how do you manipulate them? Okay, Now, I want you to do a basic research in terms of finding out what type of domains or directories allow you to see emails and the profile. This is my website, any website on the planet. If you know that the website is open and it's publicly available, you're free to actually type in their domain, linkedin.com, or maybe indeed.com, or maybe ted.com, or startup companies have many portals there, startup companies, so you can go ahead and look at those, and then say the next element, your customization. Remember the kitchen example? Yeah, we have to segment them. You can't just bring in a bunch of emails and then look for who's belonging where. No, we don't do that way. We plan it prior and then do that activity. So planning in prior to find out who we're going after: sales department, HR department, marketing department, accounts department, finance department, who exactly. So, well, this is department. Pick up the department and then look at the location. This part is the location part. So go ahead and say which location you want them from. Very important, very crucial, because if it is limited to only 5 pages, you want to do your homework in terms of getting the maximum out of Google, and that's exactly something that you can go ahead and form. And you say Delhi, and then you go ahead and look at the domain type. Not everybody is happy with Gmail, isn't it? There are people who are using Hotmail, there are people who are using Yahoo, and Yogesh also pointed out there are people who are using business email addresses as well. So we want to find that too. I'm coming there in a minute. For now, just know this is the domain part. You search different domains after you picked up a handful of emails out of Gmail. Then you go after Hotmail, then you go after Yahoo, Rediff, or anything that applies in your geography. Pick that up, manipulate this as many times as you want. Google will be happy to serve you with the results. Okay, that milestone is crossed. If you have a question, chat applet. I will open up the English channel soon, and I'll be the first subscriber as soon as I get a notification saying we are up and running in English. Why don't you come? And your introduction emailer will be whatever you do on the other side of the planet. You want to go back and tell the customer saying we have about 100,000 followers, and we are now opening up a channel on English. Would you like to be part of it? Join all the schools, get all the schools, and I have them do these walkthroughs for the kids, and that'll be another great catch for you. 160, I stand corrected. 160,000 followers so far, and we want to actually go ahead and look at those and start serving them. You want to come to India with the English native speaking people and tell them saying 160,000 followers, guys, in Portugal language, and now we're looking at English audience. And here's what, we're going to look at student based classes. There are some premium videos which will be done only for class basis. So you're looking at Montessori school children. You go ahead and look at all the Montessori schools in and around your India geography, pick them up and start communicating with them saying, it's a small premium that you pay, $20 a month, and we give you premium content right there at your school. Just open up YouTube and start playing it for the kids so that they get a better understanding. You're not only training them on digital, you're also training them on how to use their paper and pencil, which is missing out today. Yeah, which is missing out, which is like, we're losing touch with the paper and pencil because of the gadgets around. We want to go back to those paper and pencil, because that's where majority of the activity happens, thinking happens. Yeah, and we execute using our computers. Okay, good, because artificial intelligence are going to burn up everybody's job. Anyone who says I'm great on computers, automated. Yeah, that job is done. It's a computer which is doing it. What are you going to do? Well, I'll have to think now, because I was doing Google search. No, that's being done by a software now. Give me something else. I'll think as to how to use the databases. Oh, fantastic! You were hired. Come in. Or how can you now go ahead and think and tell me how to use the databases here? Okay, cool. Let's go put the thinking cap now. Come with me. Come with me. Because the monkeys are already taking away the jobs. It's called AI, artificial intelligence. They're beating up everybody around the planet. They're saying, I can automate this. I will get this done. Just do a small program, and I will go ahead and look at each string one after another. And a developer who's good out in JavaScript or maybe a Python script will be able to get this job done in minutes. You want proof? Come with me. Come with me. I'm not just telling you stories. I'm telling you what is likely to happen in the future. You're looking at my computer, and I'm going into my downloads folder. And in my downloads folder, I'm opening up a Python script or Python folder. And in that Python folder, I have a few scripts there, and I'm going to execute a Python script now. Python Nithy dot py domain ibm.com, length search 500 searches, Google only please. uh, Eyes on the screen, see what happens. See what happens. Hundreds of results searched, 200 results searched, 300, 400, 500 IBM email addresses and domains. Now, if IBM is not picking up results, that means there must be something wrong in the domain there. in.ibm.com search. It's a Python script which is actually doing the magic. Now, if anyone has half a knowledge on how to work on Pythons, will be able to get the job done very quickly. Look at the number of emails. Look at the number of emails. I don't really have to rely on my manual search anymore. So if there is anything that we can do, is to wear the cap of thinking, because database is existing. Database will be found by a lot of people who can apply logic applications to get the job done. Now my question to all of you is, you have managed to extract all of these data. What are you going to do with this? Tell me anything apart from rolling out a campaign. Tell me everything apart from rolling out a campaign. Need to select the data. Okay. Yes, we've selected. These are department marketing, Delhi, and organize them. It's already organized. They're already here. Gmail accounts. Gmail accounts. I want to know how to utilize it. I told you the machines are already doing a job now. I gave you an example. I've showed you the proof in the pudding as well. Now what? I caught you there. I started making you think. Job well done. Think, think, think. That's where the game is. What are you going to use this email for? Come on, there must be one Sherlock at least. 21 of you. Apart from executing a campaign, where can I use this data? How many of you have completed social media training? How many of you have completed social media training? How many of you have completed social media training? I didn't. No problem. I did. Indra, you, Deepak, come on. Top performers, you can't do this. Thank you very much, Tanmoy. Good job. Find similar audience. What is he mentioning? Sir, be kind enough to give us a 4-year-old view on this. Thank you. Indra, surprise. Deepak, bad idea. Didn't expect that from you. Okay, FP, thank you so much, Sachin. Good job. Yeah, targeted segment. Finding the right audience to reach them. Yes, we found them. We need more. Age, location. No, we're not doing that. We don't want to. That is Mr. Zuckerberg's plan. I'm not following what he says. Sorry. I just need the platform. I need to find my way out. How am I going to do that? Tanmay has already given you the indication. Well, he hasn't gone ahead and defined furthermore. On FB, Facebook, what you can do is to do a targeted advertising. Advertising. When you say targeted advertising, what it expects you to do is to upload a list of your prospects. Upload a banner. Upload a banner. Start the campaign. Start the campaign. Wow. The customer has no clues that you actually have their email addresses, and the banner will be shown to only those people who are part of your database, not to the entire world wide web, like Mukesh and Indra is pointing out, this is Mr. Zuckerberg's original plan. He wanted everybody to go ahead and use that data of saying find people by age and location, blah blah blah. We don't want to apply that. We have a targeted segment who we know or feel that will likely to buy from us, or that are likely to buy from us, and we want to go ahead and use a targeted advertising method to upload those entire list there and start the banner ad campaign for the next 4 weeks. Fifth week onwards, emails starts. Email marketing begins. Wow. Now you tell me, will somebody go back and say, I don't know who you guys are? I don't know what you guys do. No, well, there will be no answers on that kind because they already know your banners. They've seen you on social media do the promotions, and using that social media same 4 weeks of promotions that you did, you're now going back on the emailer to reach out to them. What a brilliant way to do marketing, rather than just flying off our email and people say, I don't know how you got my email. Where are you guys coming from? Who are you? Well, that is all killed off because you're now going to give them the brand awareness about who you are, what you do, using the banner advertisements, and then you go ahead and do a campaigner. How to get emails out of Facebook? Now, you're going to put me, okay, now is this clear, ladies and gentlemen? Let me close that particular pool. You guys okay with this? Awesome. Thank you very much. Now, next time, if you want to go back to that, classes on social media, please go back because that lady there, whoever you took the class from, definitely spent a lot of time telling you how to do targeted advertisement. Now, people who haven't been there, like Vanessa and all the others, sit back. Next time when you hear the person say targeted advertisement, do not worry about whether they're coughing with the microphone on or their language is a little different. Don't worry about it because watch the screen, because if you can see the screen, the same screen will be available on your Facebook account too. So replication is what we're looking at there, and the rest is all taken care of. So next time when you hear the word called targeted advertising, this is how you do it. And of course there will be slides, I guess, or maybe they'll show you the live demonstration. The lady I saw really showed you live as to how you do that, and you go ahead and copy that and get the job done. Okay, now I'm moving to the other chapter, which is, can I get emails out of Facebook? Now, I don't know how Gautam is making that point, because after that guy, Cambridge Analytica, made that point, GDPR is around the corner for US as well, right? We don't know. Fingers crossed, 6 months down the line, US might completely say that, yeah, we have our own policies now. Can spam compliance is going to be going a refresh now. We're going to completely stop Can Spam Act, but we're going to adopt GDPR. Okay, now that situation was brought in because of these dudheads. I don't know what they did. They went ahead and gave in permissions to pretty much everybody around the planet, and now they are all suffering. At this point in time, if we were to really go back and ask Facebook, saying, Facebook, thoda data de do, give me some data. Well, it's going to be a big no, because the current system there is everybody's watching Facebook. Everybody's wanting to find out which application is being given rights to, which application is picking up what type of data. Everybody, it's actually on the scrutiny. It's, I mean, day in and day out, the investigators looking at the entire Facebook platform. I don't know how many of them, but yeah, that's exactly the point now in terms of where Facebook is now. Let's see what is the terms and conditions with Google and Facebook. Here's what Mr. Zuckerberg had to say. FB says to Google, you cannot, would not go into profiles, period. You see that full stop there? Very important. It's like a clause. It's like a terms and conditions agreed with Google, saying, Google, don't you dare come inside the profiles. Not at all. But you may reach the FB pages, business pages, uh, business pages. It's very important whether our activity is breaking any bank, like in we're breaking any doors and then penetrating inside like a hacker, or is it like a free thing that anyone can do? The answer is, I like the one that is anything is okay to do, kind of a stuff where there's no legal breakthroughs. Here we are looking at a legal break-in if we are going into profiles. and that's definitely not available anymore, including the guys who happily sat on the databases of Facebook long time ago. Currently, in the pages that you could use to log in using a Facebook account is also not available. I don't know if you've faced that. Websites had a provision saying use your Facebook account to sign in. They have all disabled it. Why? Because they don't have permission anymore to see any of the data from the profile. So it must be a sole property of Facebook, and Facebook profiles can go ahead and ask any questions around what they have. Facebook has, and a lot of control mechanism has been incorporated. By then, I mean before that, we already know that Facebook profiles was a big no for Google. Can you hit the Facebook pages? And the answer is yes, you may. Yes, you may. Same logic applies again, because the terms and conditions says only Facebook pages. Only pages are available for visibility and nothing else. I'm going to go ahead and type this in facebook.com. I'm looking at people uh, who are interest in fashion. um, I'm also looking at people from Mumbai, and I'm looking at their Gmail profiles. Shoot. Yeah, interest in fashion can also apply, and it goes where to groups of the pages. Yeah, pages, Facebook page, Facebook page of that particular page, and the individuals inside it giving out emails. You can find, and the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Influencers, not really. That's the benchmark that they want to really hold on to first. They said no more penetrating inside deeper searches. Look at the case of Cambridge Analytica, and you'll get a fair idea as to what that is happening. Yeah, what's happening there? Facebook is going through a lot of transformation. We don't have the flexibility like how it was before. Here we go. Some more. I think this search engine brings a little more results compared to the previous string. So I'm going to go symbol. This is a tilde sign, and you can bring that up when you use a shift key. Hold on to the shift key, and right above your tab key, that sign comes in. Tilde, I think it is. So that's a sign you can use in order to define fashion. If I say coloring and children, I will be able to fashion. Yeah, did I make a mention? Yeah, fashion. Oh, fashion. You looking at fashion? Which one I should use? The anything. I'm looking at for you. Your target market is coloring children, not coloring the children, but children interested in coloring, and that's exactly what I'm looking at here. It brings up some profiles or people who are similarly having the same kind of services. I'm picking them up. Interest based search can be done as well. So you're looking at interest now, right now. So that's what Ruchi is saying. Yeah, absolutely. Interested in uh, TV shows. Huh? TV shows. Should I put it together? Yeah, let me see. TV is also fine, and the show is also good. Who's the other? What's the TV show? Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. In Mumbai, I might want to take that off and say generally anyone who's interested in Game of Thrones. Here we go. Proud to post blah blah blah. Game of Thrones guys come in, and now I know these guys like the Game of Thrones. I can go ahead and promote my TV series as well, saying, hey, you know what? Very similar to the Game of Thrones. Yeah, यहाँ पे ड्रैगन नहीं है, लेकिन दूसरा एनिमल है, एलिफेंट आएगा इसमें, एलिफेंट उड़ता भी है. तो चलो टीवी सीरियल है, तो यहाँ पे there's people based on interest, go pick them up. Absolutely. We don't know what is likely to happen because the tower got broke. We want to find out what happens next season. My fingers are crossed, waiting for it to see what is the next move. Yeah, so likewise, you can see anything that you want to get in. I'm going to go pass this on to you so that you can manipulate it accordingly to fit your need. And there is data all over the place. You turn left, there is the ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. You sound exactly like how you play. The Mars communication is. Yeah. NASA said this is exactly how they hear aliens speak. Ma'am, I can't hear you. I hear a communication from Mars. There are people there. No, ma'am, I can't hear you. It's definitely not my internet. I can show you proof as well. Yeah, type, ma'am, if you don't mind. See, my internet is green, green, green. Can you see that? That's perfectly fine. That means the internet is okay. Check your internet. I'm going to type. Sure. Great idea. That's what we are not trying in Mars as well. They say that there is communication received, but some distorted sound happened. So maybe they should start a chat applet as well. Good. So what are you doing to get the data? I am typing the string. You see that there? Tilde sign says find TV shows or similar looking words, and then pick up TV show. And people who are talking about Game of Thrones, I want to actually get the Gmail accounts. That's exactly what I'm doing. And the results will be added to MailChimp, right? You could add it to MailChimp, or you could send a Facebook advertisement first so that you create a little brand awareness about your brand, because people should not be suddenly taken for a surprise saying, how on earth did you reach my inbox? That kind of feeling is most often triggered negative emotions, so you don't really want to do that. But you want to go into Facebook, do a banner ad communication, and then on the fifth week onwards start talking to them on the on an email interface. Okay, for your email assignment exercise, for your assignment, if that's what is on your top of your mind, please use this email that you extracted, drop that into MailChimp, complete your assignment. Now you see she will jump and say, oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was asking. Forget the other part of the marketing. What about the first name? Now we'll have to do a little more homework there, Gautam. First name is not easy to find, and though the results are there. But then I have to send these random people email, and the answer is yes. Experience spam. Experience spam in real time. In real time. They will kill us, kill me. No, they don't. They don't. They don't. They're used to this. They are used to this. इंडिया में लॉ नहीं है. India email laws is equal to none. Yeah, so you can fly that until we get a law of our own. India email laws, none. Okay, congratulations, God bless you. And don't worry, your complaints will not exceed over and above the 0.1%. Talk to Sidesh, he'll tell you the math. The formula is 0.1% of something. Now he says 0.1% of the database. Yeah, so that's exactly how you should view it, and it will not go beyond that. And you're not going to hold on to that account forever. So you can, after you complete your assignment, kill the account completely, delete them off the pool, and you start your own journey with your brand name later. Clear? Do I need to read the spam rules in Brazil as well? I guess not really. There's nothing major changes there. They are typical followers of US Can Spam Act, Can Spam Act. If you read it carefully, they're saying you can spam act. Yeah, which means implicit permission. Read that again. You can spam, and you should follow the act. Yeah, absolutely. Implicit permission type. And when somebody unsubscribes you, don't talk to them again. Simple rule is what is being applied there, and you're supposed to be really looking at that law carefully and read them. Don't run through them, just read them carefully. It says you can, you just need to add that word called you. can spam, and you got to make sure that it is part of the act, which says have an unsubscribe link. Make sure that there's a snail mail address mentioned in the footer. Make sure that you unsubscribe the individual soon after they express disinterest in your services, and don't talk to them again. That's it. And if you can hold on to that, you can spam. Yeah, no problem at all. Because spam is very, what do you call, personal. Some people find it very useful. If your target audience or your segmentation is done well, no one feels that it's an alien email. If you talk to me about technology, if you talk to me about Python programming or any classes around Python programming, I'll be the first one to jump out, and I have no clues who the person sender is. But if it sounds legitimate, I am likely to pay attention to that particular emailer. So it's very important to see the kind of people we are talking to, and don't worry about the spam. Spam is for those people who think that the content is not made for them. But I have a doubt. Shoot, ma'am. Shoot, ma'am. So you got to keep that logic in mind, because people are in trouble, and people are in trouble, and you're supplying some solution to that trouble. Well, they're going to be open for any kind of email from the known person or the unknown person, because the solution normally comes out from a unknown person, and they're all okay with it. I've been working in lead generation for the last 15 years, and this is out of experience. I'm saying that pretty much all the emails that we send are to strangers. We want the strangers to know what we offer, and we convert them into a prospect. That's the rule of the game. There are some we accidentally stumble upon who don't feel that the content is right. They write back saying, remove me off the list. We honor the request, we have them removed, and we never go back to that email at all. You said targeted audience, but when how will you find based on their emails? The match will be done by Facebook. The sooner you upload them, Facebook will run a match to find out if this particular email has any Facebook account, and then only to those it will run a campaign. So if Indian companies located in India send an email to any European countries in the European laws, GDPR applies, correct? And the answer is 100% right, and hold that very dearly. They're coming after all of us. Yeah, they're coming after all of us. I've done the process a little more easy for you. Stay with me. I'll give you another, folder where you get to do your PhD. Uh, okay, so if I were to really look at GDPR, okay, GDPR, this is GDPR. Very small subject. See that? See? This is exactly how small GDPR is. Now, what I've done is on every subject, for example, data retention, who's holding on to the database? Are you holding it in Indian soil, US soil, European soil? Who's considered to store this database? Is it going to a third party? What are the internal policies and procedures that you applied right now? What are the privacy notices that you have to really supply to the audiences within? What lawful data processing should be looked at, viewed at? All of these subjects covered into a Dropbox link with questions for you. So, which means it will make your life a little more easier to understand what kind of compliance are we looking at here. So, come with me. I've done my homework, so it's easy for you. But none of them made my life easy, isn't it? Okay, stay with me. I'll get you this. A lot of toiling here. But what's the point if we don't share it? So, here we go. Copy this, and I push it back to you. Push it back to you. And now here you can go ahead and look at that particular folder, and if you're looking at data accuracy, you want to go back and find out what data accuracy. So it will ask you a few questions saying, are you doing this? Do you have a procedure in place that will ensure that the data is accurately checked, processed, and kept? If it's a no, that means you got to comply. You got to get that done somehow. And it says in a recommended action, please go ahead and do the following if this is what your company is doing for UK customers. You can see consent. What kind of consent? What is the consent collected? Are you collecting web forms, sign up forms, email campaign forms, telemarketing, or other data? Make sure that it is taken care of. GDPR, small letters. Password GDPR, small letters. GDPR, small letters. You'll get a PhD if you were to go ahead and look at all of those documents there. and then you will have no doubts on GDPR at all, because it's a complex subject. Looking at the laws, they have put into certain categories now, so you can go ahead and look at the category and get a fair idea as to what you should be doing sitting in India. Okay, good. Now let's go and take a look at some more. Somebody already called out for a break. Are you guys really wanting a break, or should I wait till 11:45? Yogesh needs it. Yogesh, you're excused. You can jump out. We will do the training and we will keep a video recording as well. Let me see how many people support you. Yogesh urgently needs a break. How many of you want to take a break now? Mukesh says yes, I can help him. I don't mind. Yeah, three, four. Okay, sure. Let's break then. 10 or 20. 10 or 20. Vanessa, you'll hear a different. 10 is good. Oh no. Take a 15. Take a 15. Take a 15. Come back. 20 is it? Okay. 11:55. My system clock. 11:55. My system clock. And those with questions, stay back. We can't afford to go on a break. Those with questions, stay back. The rest of you jump out. 11:55. My system clock. Thank you. Anyone having a question? Keep the chat applet busy. I'm not going on a break. Thank you. Yogesh, jump. Run. He must have gone. In search, when we use the quote, that means we are searching for a phrase, correct? And the answer is yes. We're searching for a phrase. Search engine, exact search. Uh, what's the other word search? Phrase search. There's one more. Exact phrase, and any idea what's the other? I'm not a search engine guy, but again, I know the basics of it. But this is what they say. Hold a second. No answers found from my database. So I'm going to go back. My database, meaning my mind, couldn't really. There are two things that I'll have to find now. So let's use the break here. Exact search, phrase search, and what type of search? Boolean search. No, that's not the Boolean search. Exact search, phrase search, match phrases. Oh wow, kya baat hai? There's no one talking about that, or maybe we are typing wrong keyword. How does a phrase search work? How does okay exact uh, phrase search, and what's the other one? So I use the wildcard here. I don't know what is the other wildcard, so I'm gonna go say wildcard. Uh, how does the search engine really look for data? Oh, there's one more search. Okay, word search. Is it? Word search. That's exact word search. So there are some things like, for example, you drop this in and you say linked in, and you close this. See, this is exact word search. So it goes and picks up that particular word called LinkedIn. That's exact. So when you use this, it's called a phrase search. So which means, where is LinkedIn located? And that's a phrase, and I want that particular phrase to be found. See that? It finds that particular phrase saying, where is LinkedIn located? You see that, Sidesh? But there's one more typical search where you don't really have any of those, and you say search LinkedIn, and it picks up both. It looks at the word called search and LinkedIn. Searching, it picks up the word search and LinkedIn match. Yeah, so yes, that's exactly how your search engine works. So we just need to figure out the way, saying if this is how you guys are learning and holding on to the data, I just need to apply those phrase codes there and make sure that it searches for that exact term, and then brings up the results for us. Yeah, and then the tilde. So this tilde does a magic. It does a wonder. For example, I am using that word. I mean the symbol called tilde. I do not know the word. Let's say word right. It finds an alternate word for right as well, and then searches for it. Like for example, write, written, work, writing, and write hyphen. I mean exclamatory mark, right with a quote, right, right, and it goes on, right? It finds similar words or alternate words with the same context, and that's the tilde sign. So you might want to really go back and say fashion or anything close to fashion word, search for it, and then it goes picking up that particular word. If there is a match there, it says fashion, and it also brings up that fashion trends, fashions, yeah, with the apostrophe s, and it goes on. That's a tilde. This particular sign here, which is the ash sign, is a wild card. When you don't know information, I don't know Nityanand, but I know Ramakrishna. Uh, so who's the other guy? I mean, space search. Now it goes and brings up Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna, and Ramakrishna, Holy Trinity Ramakrishna, Home Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna is what it's looking for. To Ramakrishna. So whatever that word is, it goes and picks up that particular word. And if you say emails, then it says Nityanand Ramakrishna. Is that what you're looking for? And the answer is, yeah, that's the guy I was hunting for. So I didn't know the first name, but I just know the last name of that guy. So I say Nityanand Ramakrishna. He does emails, yeah, something, yeah. So you type that in. Quickly says Ramakrishna V Kotak Mahindra Bank. That's his email ID. No, no, not that guy. This guy. Yeah, that's the guy. Job done. Know the fields. Sun Tzu, what do you call? Technique number one. When you're battling with an enemy, know the enemy's territory very well. Very well. Know the pebbles, count the pebbles inside that enemy territory, count the boulders, count the mountains, keep a close watch on the terrain, and only then you will be able to defeat the enemy, is what Sun Tzu magic teaches you. So, looking at that same thing, if we don't know how search engine works, and then I think we will not be able to defeat the search engine. So, we pick up and learn search engine a little bit, and then play with them, yeah, and defeat. Chalo, victory, victory, victory. Sun Tzu. Book name is called uh, Sun Tzu, Sun. There's Sun, I think, and this Su. Sun Tzu for marketing. There's a book for marketing as well. That same war strategy is now brought back into marketing strategies. Awesome book, The Art of War. Absolutely, that's heart of war. We're not waging war against anyone now, but the war is behind the softwares, right? So, what kind of logics we should apply? Right there, hidden in that book. Yeah, maybe 150, 170 bucks. Worthwhile, my friend. Worthwhile. Just pick them up. I think there's a free PDF as well. Extension PDF. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. PDF documents. So, yeah, enjoy. Broad search. Broad search. Ah, that's the word I was looking for. We'll be right back at the end of the break. Jump, jump, jump. Broad search. Yeah. Okay, cool. No, Tanvi. Add on skills. Add on. Tanvi. Yeah, there can be anything that you can add on. Yeah, you can add on. See, if you ask me, saying, will it aid me in understanding a few things on search engine? And the answer is obviously yes, a big yes. Yeah, because Google is dependent on Python programs, and if you want to add that part of your learning skill, awesome. It will really be great. But again, is it a mandate? Can I do it without it? Yeah, and the answer is yes, you can. Like how you live without HTML coding. I have no clues how do we map those HTMLs. I have a basic walkthrough on the knowledge on how we work on HTML codes. You might be looking at me working on the Python, and you think I'm an expert. No, 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 no. I can't even write a single line on it. What I know is how to manipulate the codes which are already existing. 100,000 codes on Python. If I go in here, Python downloads, you can see that the Python program comes over, and in the Python program here, there are millions of downloads that I can do. What I need is, can I understand how these guys work, execute? What is the output? Based on my output, I pick up a handful of them and get trained. I worked around those particular strings for about 3 months to get it, make it work for me. But if you get inside, I think you will do it in 30 minutes. Yeah, so you guys are very smart compared to me. That is something that I want to tell you there. So there are hundreds of programs around. You're free to actually learn anything there that can add up on your digital skills. This is only to make sure that we have to work. Me as a whole, I will have to learn Linux, and for me, Linux or Python is an important field to operate on. But I don't know to write programs. That's still a big learning curve that I'm going through. Can't dedicate time either. I'm working on it. So as much as I can, picking up some little tools, starting to work on it. Can I use a Gmail ID in MailChimp to send a campaign out? And the answer is yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was quick, Yogesh. You have 7 more minutes. 11:55, we said. That was quick. So you had to run upstairs or downstairs? It definitely wasn't a hunger break, though. I can make out. With the urgency that you've made everybody go on a break at 11:35, it definitely wasn't hunger. That is guaranteed. It may have been something else, which we don't want to discuss because the recording is on. Can I use? Yeah. So, Gautam, you can. Gautam, you can. Okay. I hope you got that answer, Gautam. Let me know. Okay. Cool. Fantastic. Waiting for the rest of the gang to arrive. 6 more minutes. Anyone who hasn't picked up a coffee, go, 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 run, 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 run. I don't need coffee. My battery runs till about 5 hours. Yeah, and then I will use a big tanker of coffee, and then I will run another 5 hours, and then again another tanker of coffee, and then again I run another 5 hours. My battery runs till about 12:30 a.m. Yeah. Okay. Now, anyone who's actually missed out this is what I was looking at earlier. Stamina, you meant, or is that another word that I am not aware of? Maybe. Okay. Streamina, meaning in Hindi. Huh? Okay, it's leading me to some other portal, so I'm going to go jump out of that. Perfect. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Maybe that's what you said. Mistake. I think you meant stamina. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. All powered by coffee, sir. Less of food. Black coffee, no sugar. And powered by passion as well. Yeah, I would like to add that as well. True. Yes, ma'am. Why is the passion connected to email marketing money, ma'am? Why is it important, Nityan? Well, ma'am, I wake up in the morning to see how much of profit we can make, and not how powerful we are. Because human beings get up in the morning with two objectives: one, to be powerful; two, the other type of people wake up for profit. They open up the shop and say, "Let's go monetize." Yeah, money is the motivation. Absolutely, absolutely. Why? Because there's a big, large of community of people that we help, including the ones who cannot work. Yeah. How much will charge for email marketing projects? Depends on the client. So if I were to really dig down here, this is one of a student who actually completed digital marketing 6 months back. So she wrote to me saying, I have a client with me now because you told me if I get a client, I can call you. So here's what we had to answer. Let me show you the facts. Okay, I'm scrolling down here, and uh, I don't know their number, but hopefully it was a recent conversation. So they must be around here. There you go. So here, if you take a look at, she quickly pings me and says, "Hey, you know what? I have a project in hand, but look at this." She did her homework. She says, "I have a designing company, a designer company, accept me to give me a marketing solution for them." I said, "Great news." And here's what she had planned up. She said, "I'm going to use a Mailchimp account. I'm going to do 4 campaigns for them. I'm going to do list management or email management for them. I will give them the entire reports. I will do IP blacklisting monitoring right from the second cop. And she will also do spam checks and all of that piece. She's also going to be consulting with them. And she says, I will start with these simple techniques to see how the automation, remarketing ads, and FB and all of that also works, and pull people to the website to sign up. Content writing, graphic designs, this much is the cost. And is there anything else that I need to add up? So here's what I had to say. I said consulting includes, yeah, because people are not going to pay you for talking. Yeah, no, I mean, why would we? We could just go onto YouTube and listen to 100,000 videos, which does the talking. But we want somebody at work, so let's go and put some efforts there in getting the job done. So consulting includes content. We design the content for you. Most of it is available on the website. So you pick up and develop the content. Images will be purchased images, or you decide what you want to do. If the client is giving out all of that, those, and I think it's not part of our work area. So the client gives you the data in terms of what to be promoted, and then you do the HTML coding, which is designing on Mailchimp or any other platform. And then you pick up a platform and choose the platform, saying for this activity this is what is preferred. So you do the thinking part, and then you use Quieto to check the content, and of course you'll add a cost for it. For you it's free, but you will tell the client saying it's a paid tool and I have to use a paid tool. You tell the client it's paid, but for you it's free, right? One test for a day. Testing setting up email campaign platform for authentication process, SPF, TKIM, DMARC records, and reputation monitoring in the backend, database hygiene, which is what we will be discussing very soon, blacklist monitoring, and per month there's a cost aligned with that as well, and blacklist removal, whitelisting, which is manpower cost. I gave her another perspective saying these are manpower included, but these are cost incurred. You cannot really skip this. So consider this inside, and then give them one single pricing that they can go after. So the costing was anywhere between 20,000 per month, and of course the job that she has to do is about 1 hour in a week. If the campaign is going out one week in a one campaign in a week, that means the entire week she's got free time, and she only works on 1 hour, and 20,000 comes in. What are you going to do with the other hours, which are unbilled hours? Well, you should dedicate 10 hours at your workspace and make maybe 12 hours at your workspace in the beginning, and then go sell those 10 hours or 12 hours with finding a different client. Initially I think you'll have 3 or 4 clients. Fantastic. Scale them up. Give them give them that wowing factor, saying, wow, I don't have to think when I'm with you. Make them feel that, and then do the job. And now you will see 5 clients added, 20,000 each. Your 1 lakh easily comes in. Job done. What else are you expecting? Imagine getting into an office at 8 hours, 9 hours logging, and then no recognition, and there's a hierarchy fight, and then ladder to climb. Oh, give me a break. Come on. We are much better than that, isn't it? So yeah, that's exactly what she had done. So this is exactly what she said, and this is what we gave her, and said go ahead and follow this. I like to work with people like these, people who do their homework, and not the ones who say, I am doing an e-commerce portal, can you think on my behalf and tell me what strategy we should apply? Okay, now that's passing the bug on to another person's table and chewing up their time, because I haven't met the client. But look at this homework. I met a client, it's a designing company, and I am going to plan doing this. Okay, I'm planning to do this. And then, is there anything else that you want to alter? Or we want to jump and help this person get the project as quickly as possible. If required, we will be with the client saying we are the back end guys and she's the front end, she's the owner of the company, and I work in the back end. That's exactly how I'd like to announce myself there. Not like saying, yeah, I am the guy who's going to do all this. No, not needed. You be the front end runner and I'm your back end support. What technical questions are you going to ask me? Shoot, and I'm here to help you out, is what I will tell the organization too. Now if they see a background support like that for an entrepreneur, are you unlikely to get a project? You got to be kidding me. Come on, put your foot on the ground and just go ahead and make some calls, and you will see the magic happen. And there are a lot of people actually doing that. They're consulting projects. So I'm going to go jump out of this. That's a proof in the pudding. So do your homework, think, and see what you can do with all the fourth module as well. And let's see. Let's work together. If everything goes well, come back, everybody back. Give me a quick heads up saying all of you are in. We never jumped out anyway. Me, Vanessa, and a lot of others. Gautam was here with me, right? Siddesh was there, and then he had to jump out. He said, "Be right back." He's a full-on social media youth. He said it in BRB something. Yeah, be right back. He said. Okay, cool. Let's go. You've seen bulk extraction. Yeah, which means you can manipulate the string as many times as you want to get as many emails as you want. We haven't answered the Yogesh's question because Yogesh said, how about corporate emails? So let's go and modify that string a little bit here. Uh, and I'm going to go say site, LinkedIn. I type 100 times. Yeah, I don't have the feeling of copying and pasting it, because the number of times I type, the less likely I'm to forget this, right? So I want to keep this in as long as this runs, the search engine runs. And if the search engine makes some modifications, I'm not able to see the results, I will work around a plan to find out what kind of modifications we'll have to apply on the strings as well, because they can't stay away from giving the data. They're picking it up. It's on their servers. I know it. Yeah, for sure. It is right there. How do we get them out? This is exactly what we should be doing. Type as many times as possible. So, LinkedIn.com, I'm looking at sales team this time, sales department. If you're looking at a sales manager, you might want to say sales manager, yeah, from a different word as well, like in a phrase. And then you pick up the sales manager, not the managers, not the plural, because one profile is what person builds in. So we are looking at multiple profiles like that, and we type in the singular, not the plural, manager in Delhi. And I want not their Gmail, Yahoo, or whatever, but I want to see what kind of emails they have used. If a person has used corporate domain, show me the corporate domain. If the person has used public domains, please show me the public domain. Let me go there and see. Email, I'm not sure. Wildcard, I'm not sure. It can be a .com. It This one is a divider or a separator. You can bring that up right above your shift key, hold your shift key down, and then right above your enter key, like the return key, you will have that particular separator. Use that separator. It can be a .net. It can be a .org. Now these are common profiles, I mean extensions, domain extensions people use in India. So I'm going to use that and say, or it could be .co.in search. Now what Google does is Google looks for a word called email, and also looking at what type of domain we don't know, it goes and brings up whatever the person has used. Info at indiaco.in, so that's a corporate domain, and this person has chosen to use a Yahoo account, and it goes on. Yahoo account, and this one is again a Yahoo account. So when you make it to 100 searches, you'll find a handful of them holding on to some corporate domains as well. So you can go ahead and filter those out and say that this is something that I can apply. Copy the string, hold on to a notepad, and keep those strings with you. So whenever required, if you, I mean, until you get used to typing the strings by yourself, you might want to copy them or do the alterations. This is how I work, right? So if I go copy this and I paste this into my notepad, this is GoToMeeting edition. GoToMeeting adds that HTTP. So pull that off, and this is exactly how this string is. So I want to replicate them, and I also want to practice the strings. How do I do that? Well, LinkedIn. I'm not looking at sales this time. I'm looking at HR manager. I'm not looking at Delhi. I'm looking at Mumbai, and I want to match the email. Everything is okay. If I want to add another extension, I go back and copy these separators, and then I say, separator, and then I bring in another domain. So what are we looking at? .us. Yeah. So I mean, I'm just trying to randomly check this out. Copy the string, get back to the search engine, paste and check. And now we will see that it works very well because absolutely no errors. Don't directly jump in here and be disheartened that you're not seeing the results. Just go ahead and spend a little time working around these by opening up a notepad. Your life will become a lot easier. And hold on to this document as well. Click the save button and say search strings. Search strings. I have Python strings, I have Linux strings, I have huge amount of Word documents like that. I mean, text files like that, because uh, your memory is not a junkyard. So you got to really know what to use, when to use, and sometimes a little aid here and there can help you. Okay, that's about your bulk harvesting. What else are we going to do? Well, let's go back and take a look at one-on-one harvesting, and then I'll show you validation of emails, and then we close the chapter. Okay, the next one is one-to-one hunting. Bulk done. We said bulk, chapter close, new chapter, one-to-one hunting. I call it one-to-one hunting because it's definitely hunting, right? And you need more energy there. stamina, in other words, Yogesh's words, if I were to borrow that, stamina to actually continue the pursuit until you find that right type of email. Okay, one to one hunting. But when you go with a client, when you're talking to a client, you do not use word called hunting, harvesting, mining, extraction. These are some of the negative words according to the human beings. Yeah, human beings who don't have any knowledge on how the search engines work. So you might want to be friendly, use friendly words with them, saying we are going to be sourcing email addresses out of Google, email addresses that are compliant, email addresses that are working. We source them using different search engines. Okay, now that seems to be playing very well compared to we will do one-on-one hunting on your domains. We will do harvesting of emails. We'll do mining on database. No, 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 no. These are all negative terms, and the customer runs for his life saying, "Oh, oh, ये काम में मुझे फंसा रहा है." Now you don't want to give them that feeling. Use some friendly words so that the human beings understand. Sometimes it's tough to work along with the language that the other person understands. End of the day, communication is all about that, isn't it? You getting the thought across to the person who's on the other side receiving, and he feels happy. Emotions, remember the content, tester, emotion, anger, all of that. It's very, very carefully choose the words when you're with the client, because you don't want the client to say, I somehow feel that it's wrong. Yeah, and he will be zero knowledge, no IIM title, nothing. But he's the guy who's signing off the checks. So if you can't convince him, who else are we convincing? The child knows everything. Wow, my child really knows it. Yeah, three cries, huh? Why, and different variations of tone. Ma, slow, ma, slow, and then ma, and then that fire comes in. That means if she don't hear her third time, she's gonna start crying. They know how to get the work done. So I'm sure we as adults know exactly what to do as well. Now, the one to one hunting is all about domain. Is all about domain. Now, a person's website is around, and you want to find the person's email address as well. How do we do that? So let's go and first find out how do we find domains. Now, it's quite easy if you go on the search engine. For example, you're looking at a LinkedIn profile. What type of data is available on LinkedIn profile? First name, last name, company name, the title he works in, how long he's been working. All of that data is available on LinkedIn for free. So, by the look of it, I can know that this person belongs to this particular company and he is actually running this particular title. Now, it's quite easy to go ahead and use the search engine to figure out what are the other type of email addresses related to that particular domain. Let's go there and do a quick search. List of companies in Bangalore, or maybe your destination. Right? Type your destination there. Brings up all those people who are shining on the planet. We don't need them. We need a list. And you can see that here list of data coming out of Fundu data. Pick them up. 188 companies in Bangalore offering a job. Okay, pick them up. Software companies and Naukri is calling out. Okay, pick them up as well. Open in new tab, hold the control key, hit the link, and then company top companies. There are plenty of search engine or directories which allows you to see the list of company names. Let's go to the last one. List of company names in Bangalore, along with a little profile of who they are, and that's coming out of Naukri. Now, I don't have shortage on the list of companies I want to approach. So if I'm looking at email or maybe digital marketing, I want to get inside the company, or maybe it's a job offer as well. I want to find out if there's any opening for a job for a title like mine. Okay, so I go ahead and look at all of these companies and start my prospecting activity. One, right? Here's another. 183 companies based on the job offer. Okay, now that's LinkedIn jobs. Awesome. So I'm going to go change and see if I can find not just the list of companies. Can I find email marketing jobs? Oh, right. There you go. Look at them. 4,000, 5,000 offers in India. Okay. Now, is it only in India? Can I change that to Bengaluru? Okay, sure. Find jobs. 406 jobs in Bangalore for email marketing. What are the expectations? If you can go ahead and take a look at it, and you can see whether the class is actually matching with what they're expecting you to have. 1 to 3 years experience coding, HTML, CSS is what one of those guys are asking. Well, that's not going to be a free offer there. I'm sure the pay scale will also be high. You want to skip that off because that's not part of your learning as well. So you want to go back and identifying email marketing, engaging, motivating, inform them. This is something anyone can do in the group. 21 of you can quickly jump in. There is experience of 2 to 4 years, is what they're asking. This is to find out that there is no classroom kind of situation happening. Yeah, because MBAs come in and they say inside the company saying that they're freshers. Now, why would a fresher be hired in the first place? And why are we paying for his learning? We should never go back and put a wrong foot in the front, right? We should always say that I have worked on these. I have experience working on emails. I worked on multiple assignments. If not, BB wouldn't have certified me. There are multiple questions that I have to go through. Yeah, you should give in proof of existence saying that this is exactly what my skills are, and you can see that there are many jobs like that coming in. Okay, so I can see the company name as well. I don't really need a LinkedIn to post my offer. I can go into the company, pick up that company called Smart Owner. Okay, I drop the Smart Owner here. I want to find out where's the website. This is the Smart Owner's website. I pick up the website and I come in here and I say email with the @ please, and then of course this particular company search. Now goes ahead and brings up a list of emails or maybe a list of search engine results. For that, I'm going to go change this to 100. Oh, I'll have to pass the exam again. Stay with me. I am in incognito window. That's why there's multiple reminders for me, which is a street sign. All of these in it. Did I miss a class? ये पोल को भी सेलेक्ट करना है कि नहीं करना है? I don't know, but I'm taking a chance. Should we select? Where's Siddesh? Siddesh? No, is it? Oh, okay, good. Store and the front. Okay, that looks like one. That's a parking lot. Okay, that's what that is. Parliament, is it? Okay, anyway, I've clicked on it. Storefront, not the pole. Okay, thank you. I've been selecting pole so far. Maybe that's why I failed the exam there. Okay, all clear. Oh, super. Great job. Yeah, I know, but can't escape. No, there's no shortcut there. Okay, picks up all of those emails. Peterson, somebody is around there. Various internship they're offering, I believe. Okay, good. Here's Meenu Agarwal from the same company. I can do a PhD around their company before I go in. Here's what I will do. I'll do Control A, Control C. I go into another tab and I say Email Reaper, and I bring in all the data here, one below the other, extract 26 email addresses, but I just want to make sure that it's all related to the same domain and not anything else. So I go ahead and say that particular domain name and only filter the domain name part. And let me see how many emails I can find. I drop this here and I click the button extract again. 13 email addresses related to that particular company. I picked it up. Here we go. I spotted the names. I spotted the list of companies and I have now picked up all the names here. Inquiry, all of that is fine. I want to see who's Mino. Is she a director, marketer, salesperson, CFO? I want to know who she is. So I go ahead and drop a name here on the search engine and search. Okay, Meenu Agarwal's LinkedIn profile is there, so I could connect with her. She's a specialist marketing manager, inside sales. Awesome, fantastic. So if I were to get my foot inside this particular company, I better know a little bit about Meenu. And if she's done any videos or done some articles, I might in the interview want to say, "Is that Meenu?" Yeah, she would say, "How do you know me?" Well, I did a little research about your company. That, by the way, that was a nice article that you wrote there in the year 1947. Yeah, did you read that? Yes, I did, and it was nice. However, there are not many people liking it, but still, it had a meaning inside it. Oh well, I'm striking a chord there, and now we are not aliens anymore because we know a lot about the company there. That's with just one email ID. Let's go back more and see who's the director of the company. Who's this person? Ashwanti, come up. We want to know a little bit about you. Footprints about everybody is on Google. Promotional emails going to wrong email ID. She's been in the forum. Yeah, promotional email ID is going is a problem for her. And you're applying for an email marketing job. What a great idea. So go inside and find out what she's been saying, what kind of solution she got, and then ask her the question during the interview. You're not really necessary that they will fire the question and you have to answer them. You can always go back and ask them saying, hey, we saw you post something around in a forum asking questions about promotional folder. Have you come out of that? No, if you haven't, I have a solution for that. I can quickly help you do this. Maybe when you hire me. Yeah. Something like that can be done here. Vikram, Chari, pick this up, drop there, do a little more PhD around this. Real insights. Okay, good. He's the CEO of the company. Vikram Jari is the CEO of the company. So, in case if the marketer Meenu says no to something, please talk to the CEO of the company. I'm sure he will hear it. I'm sure he has a pain too. So this can be used to check and matches, not humans. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think that was a different chat. Okay, so you can see now that we are hitting the directors of the company without having to do anything, all out of search engine, one to one hunting. Now imagine if I were to do homework to find a job, to find a client, to whatever that reason or objective is. Do you think it's impossible? The answer is definitely not. You got to look in the right places. You got to make sure that you make a list of companies and start your prospecting emails. And since you know a little bit about each one of them, well, it's going to be easy for you to communicate as well. When you're communicating with Minu, start talking to her about promotional emails, emails landing up into spam. Can I help you with consulting? 3 emails goes to Minu and she pays no attention. No attention given on your emails, no interaction, no follow-ups, no responses coming out of her. Then what do? You find out Vikram is the CEO of the company, and then you copy Vikram saying, hey Meenu, and give out a quick message saying, this is my last follow up with you. Just wanted to make sure that you understand that there is a lot of challenge on emails going into spam. If you're looking for a solution, I'm right here, a single call away. And maybe Vikram can help you identify if that is really a challenge. Copy Vikram and leave that there. I have got many clients like these. Yeah? One of those guys are the mat guys, the yoga mat guys. The marketeer was a youth group, like in a social media lady, and she wasn't really interested. Youngsters, so young blood, 40-year-old talking to them, impossible. What we did, we copied the CEO of the company. And you know what he did? He in turn forwarded that email back again to the same marketer, copying us saying, why don't we have a meeting with these guys? And she was forced to now call us saying, can we meet you on this date? And the answer was, of course, sure, let's go. Okay, now there's wonders that you can do, and this is just a simple demonstration of what we did. Now let's go back and take a look at another big repository for India databases. You're looking at Fundu data, and here everything is free. Yeah, pretty much everything is free. Whatever you need for your data harvesting is free. If I can go ahead and look at industry verticals, I say advertising and media companies within a particular geography, like in a location as well. Chennai this time. I've been hitting Bengaluru for a long time now. Let's go to Chennai. Advertising agencies in Chennai. I'm sure there are number 168 companies in Chennai. Sun TV network is also part of them, and it goes on, right? Gives you a lot of details. Sometimes your in what do you call inclination towards the brand will be high, so give it a thought. Just run through the entire company list and find out which name strikes a chord with you. Like in it says there will be that inner feeling saying oh company try karte hain. Follow that gut feeling and say okay, this company, let's go inside, let's see who's there and what is not there. They have dedicated a page for this particular company, and as you could see, this is the limited company, and it's located in this place, all for free data, and there's a phone number as well. Okay, they have also done the job a little more easy, and we know it's a UK based company as well, uk.co.uk. Copy that particular domain part, come back there, drop the domain name, search, Control A, Control C, Get to get to your lead reaper, paste, extract. You will find no results. Then your mind will say you were hunting for just one smart tower. Take the smart tower out, extract. Now you can see 37 profiles coming out of that particular company. Copy, go back and do your scrutiny again. Very similar to what we did with uh, towners, smart towners. And one of the emails will definitely be related to the CEO of the company, or maybe a marketer or chief marketing officer. Start communicating right away. Okay, so if I were to really do a little other work in terms of the assessment, let's go back and look at the same company, company name .com, and I'm looking at a CEO, a chief CMO, chief marketing officer. Who is it? CEO is Karen Thomas, and of course, is there a marketer as well? Well, CEO does both of the job, I guess. So CMO is also leading to the CEO of the company. Uh, Craig. Craig is the member marketing director. Okay, now maybe that gentleman you want to really go ahead and pick up. Copy this. And if you go back and do a little more scrutiny on the database that we picked up, look at the pattern in how their emails are coming in. First name, last name, first name, last name. Okay, first name, last name. Very cute. First name, last name. First name, last name. Okay, good. We got enough evidence saying that it is first name, last name. So you go back here and drop the first name dot last name and say the at sign and pull these guys off saying thank you very much. We got the data now. Let's go and see who's who. Craig is coming up, but it's not member director. Yeah, that's he's the same person, and there's more data about him. But we want to know if it's a working email ID. And here's what I can do: copy this email, copy this email. Go to a doctor who can actually tell you saying that is it a right one or a not the right one. Email tester. You drop this email here in that white box. Click the button and it will tell you saying yeah it's a right one, domain is perfectly fine, they're using Google as a mail exchange, and of course they're not allowing me to verify this right now. Okay, no problem. Copy this again. Go to another doctor who doesn't really look at all the rules and regulations. So you go to another doctor called verifyemailaddress.org, paste them, and he will quickly tell you whether it's a valid one or a not one. It says sorry guys, I think this is a wrong one. Okay, we hear you. Now go back and do a little more magic here, saying, will Craig work? Well, Craig is also not working, and that's one of the reasons why we couldn't find the results also coming out of search engine. Let's do a little more homework here to find out if there's anything else. Ajesh Mishra, um, we're looking at Ben. Craig is not around. Is Craig really part of the company then? If they have disabled the ID, then probably no, he may be not working in the company, because you look at this: Thiaga Prakash, Manivannan, and the company name. Fantastic. One entire A4 line, A4 sheet page email address. Is that a working one? Oh, you bet it is, because he's still working in the company. He's still working in the company, but not the guy who we were looking for. So maybe there's a change in the marketeer. You might want to do a little more digging in for the marketeer of that particular company. So let's see the CEO this time. Kevin, no? Kevin, I think it was. Yeah, Karen Thomas. Karen Thomas will be a cakewalk, isn't it? So let's go back here and drop Karen and the Thomas with the dot, because that's the topology they're using or the pattern. Copy the same email, still throws up an error. Let's see. Check. Yeah, you bet Karen Thomas is the right one. That's the CEO of the company. Find jobs, do whatever you'd like to do. You with me, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me you have shortage of data now. That's the magic. That's the magic. Yeah. Okay, okay, cool. Anyone here works for a company? We can do the similar magic again with your company as well. Anyone working in a company? Don't give us your email ID. Just tell us which company you represent. which company you represent? Okay, let's look at Tanmoy then. Okay, so now let me put a process to this. The process wasn't really discussed so far, right? I was just randomly going ahead and looking at those three-step processing: drop the name, drop the company, and then you will be able to figure the game out. So I'm going to go make a little change here and put a process so that uh, it is said, if there is madness and there is a method to the madness, here's the method to the madness. Here we go. Step number one: always look for the company name. It can be a directory, it can be LinkedIn jobs, it can be Naukri jobs, wherever you're getting in, find the company name. The second thing, most important, we want to find out if these guys are search friendly, which means they should have a website. No one on the planet Earth has a website and it's not SEO optimized. Yeah, even if it's a small and medium sized company, the next thing that they want to do with the website is to do SEO optimization. So we're looking at a website. Then tertiary, we're looking at a domain, mailing domain, because sometimes the company's name will be different, the mailing address will be completely different. So we want to make sure that the mailing domain is right. I'll give you an example in a minute, and then you look for the person that you're looking for. That's the process. Now, if I were to really explain these mailing domains and the website difference, I want you to focus on the company called PI Industries. Look at the company name. The company name is called PI Industries. Now, if I were to ask you what would be the email ID of the company, you will quickly say at piindustries.com. Yeah, I mean, it's common, right? By default, you'll have that inclination saying, of course, it must be aligned to a .com site. Let's see if it's really true. I jump in here and type in PI Industry, piindustries.com or industries, and then I find out what's the website. The website says piindustries.com. Fantastic. And you and I agreed that it will be a domain which is going to be piindustries.com itself. Is that so? Let's see. Okay, results come out. Okay, that's the 10 page result. I think this guy is 100-page result. So I'm going to go into the 100-page result. Yeah, hopefully, yes, it is right. Copy. I come into my harvester, like in the guy who reaps all the emails out, pull them off. 32 email addresses found, and surprise, 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 surprise. Not many have a piindustries.com, but they have piind.com. piind.com and not the industries as a whole. So, which means it's more likely that the domains will change if the company name is a very elaborated one. And imagine that Tyaga Prakash Manivannan works in PI Industries. Wow, that will be an extended line furthermore. His visiting card will have a problem in terms of writing the email address right. And also, people who are communicating with him, it's impossible to even think of typing in nityanandan.ramakrishna at leadsourcing.in. Oh, give me a break. So that's going to be a challenge there. But Nithy at leadsourcing.in simplifies the magic. So here, the person might say, no, I don't want to shorten my name. I don't want Tyaga Mani, or Tyaga Prakash. No, 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 no. That's not my name. Give me my name, please. Okay, so if that's the name, we might want to really go ahead and look at the domain name part as well. piind.com is the mailing domain and not the PI Industries. Okay, so I hope the proof is in the pudding now. You know, the proof that it can change, it can vary from a website, and hence it's important element to check the domain before we check for email addresses. Now let's go back and see this particular company. This is where Tanmoy works. So I'm going to go copy this. Let's go back here and drop the company name. I want to find the website first. So type the company. Website is already given, so I don't want to be misled. So I want to go back here and take a look at. I didn't understand this part of the domain. Sure, ma'am. I'm showing it to you now again, one more time. Nithy, ma'am, yeah, look at this, ma'am. This is a company name, right? And this is the domain name. Sometimes what happens is some companies will choose to have mail dot followed by the company name .com. Now this is going to be the mailing domain for them, and the website is just the .com. Understood? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's something that we want to get footprints for, or maybe assess the what do you call? We call it footprints. You could also say evidence. Yeah. So you want to gather much evidence on search engine to find out if it's the right company. So yeah, he actually gave us the website as well, making it a lot more easy for us to play the game. Okay. So the company name is uh, this, and followed by the website. Okay, now if I select that, it'll open the page. So I'm going to actually take this guy out and drop this as a text. Here we go. Company name. And now I want to find out if it's a mailing domain also same. So I go gather some evidence here with a 100-page result. Search. Okay, there you go. Contact seems to be giving out. Customer support seems to be coming out of the same one, and a few more. Right? Yeah. The ultimate guide being given. They are on Hindu, like in the newspaper. So anyway, we're gonna go gather all those footprints back again onto Lead Reaper, and we found 13 footprints for that particular company. So let's see and assess them. Blow it up. Okay, customer support, they have been very clever in terms of not showing up their email contacts on the cloud. Yeah, not a single individual working there. Can you see that? It's all generic email addresses leading out to people, but not a single human being or the human contact actually being shared on 100 pages of result. Not at all. So when they're releasing out a press release, either they will be using a contact or something else. That's a tough cookie to crack. How do we play this game then? Come with us. Come. The more the challenge, the better it is. So now you go back and look for the person, right? We're looking at Tanmoy. I think Tanmoy, and the last name is Ray. So we pick up Tanmoy Ray and search. You can find that on LinkedIn profile as well. He's been on biotechnology, summer training, research, blah, blah, blah. 2018, he's made a mention somewhere. I am a career advisor. Wow, you're looking at a top profile here. Uh, and he's been relating to this something. So you can go ahead and do a quick research there as well. Study abroad process, and he's actually given out his email address very clearly to everybody, saying, contact me on this email. He's an author as well, and he's been very politely sitting down in the class. What a humble participant. Wow. I would have made a lot of noise in if I were to be this. I am not that, and hence I'm making a lot of noise, I guess. This is awesome. Okay, good. So here we go. Not just one, but many footprints about Tanmoy. Yeah, many footprints. He's an author. He's a celebrity kind of star. Yeah, the celebrities go numb. Like mute. Look at this celebrity here sitting down. Let's see if it's a valid email ID. And I go into verify email addresses. Like one to one, you can do this verification, so it's quite easy. Go ahead, check this out. There you go. So we go back to the author, the superstar, and ask him, saying, "Sir, is that the number we can reach you on, or the email ID?" And he would say, "Bang on, right? Talk to me. Which book are you releasing?" Okay, there you go. That's the proof in the pudding. So there's absolutely no one on the planet that you, and especially stars like these, they will leave their email address, contact number. There we go. Phone number is also given. So either it's actually a customer service number, or maybe that's the number to reach out to him as well. And there's so many footprints about this gentleman here. Yeah, he can't be hidden. I mean, even if you want to hide all of this footprints about him, literally impossible. No, that's not my number. Yeah, that's what we expected. But end of the day, there will be a number. I'm sure you might be leaving out that information around some portal. We can dig them out. So if that's the challenge, well, give us more time. We go ahead and look at a few more details. We had no clues what Tanmoy was doing, right? But now look at the information on Google that we found out, the footprints that he's left. Gathering that will give me a fair idea as to who I am likely to meet in the organization. So I will be well aware as to what tone I will be using, what kind of words I'll be using, how will I impress this guy, how will I get connected, because end of the day, they are not hiring people who are skillful. Here's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Companies are not hiring people based on their skill. They are hiring based on their attitude. I don't know how many books we've read. There are 100,000 books on the shelf on any bookstores you go in. There are 100,000 proofs saying not everybody is hired based on the skill, but they're hired based on the attitude. Now, attitude can be how you sit, how you talk, how confident you are, plenty of things, right? So it is important that you go ahead and look at your attitude first, and even if you have a little gap in the skill, can be managed with your attitude to self learn, not giving up. Those are all attitude aspects that are part of your human part of your existence. Well, if they can see that, they will know that you are the guy who will not sit down at the desk sipping off your coffee when the work is not done. That's the guy we want to hire, not the guy who says लाइनिक्स में ये करेंगे वो करेंगे 20 पेजेस में कर दूंगा नहीं नहीं होता है वो बहुत एरोगेंट होगा and all the rest of the 90 people you'll have to fire and retain only one guy. That's a guy you'd never want to bring in inside the team, because arrogant attitude, uh-oh, it's a tough cookie to crack. So do we need a talented individual, skillful individual, or do we need a person who gels with the team and holds on to this kind of an attitude, who says nothing in the classroom? He's an author, he's a top profile celebrity. What do you say? Would you hire him? Or you better hire him, because that gentleman can talk to anybody, will work with any number of team members, no problem whatsoever. Ladies and gentlemen, one on one hunting completed. Give me a heads up if you understood. Can I give you an exercise? I'll give you an exercise to see if you, whatever you saw, would you be able to do that, replicate that? Here we go. Find Mr. Jacob for me, please. Poor Jacob. Yeah, find Mr. Jacob, and he works for a company called Footworks. Please help me with his email ID alone. Any other further information that you bring in about Jacob is welcomed, but I need his email ID. Time starts now. Would it be Indra? Would it be Gautam? Would it be Ruchi? Would it be our social media group, Siddesh, or would it be Tanvi, or Vanessa, or Yogesh? Let's see. Santosh, I don't know what to ask. I'm sure Santosh Satish is there, but Mukesh is also there, but he comes in occasionally. Can't ask too much. Kevin is very quiet participant. Yeah, he never says anything much. Anupam, yeah, very quiet as well. There, I think the lady who wanted to run away from the batch on the first module. She's the lady who's cracking everybody now. What an irony. What an irony. She says that she's not an expert and she says, I will run away. And she says, now, this is Jacob. And the rest of the class is looking at it and staring at it, saying, what? How did you get that? Siddesh says, I found his last name and all the profile history geography. Like I said, we are going to be encouraging the email address more, but all the other information that you're likely to bring in, welcome. Thank you very much. This is indeed Jacob. That's his middle name. That's his last name. He's a director, probably changed his position now, and he's in that particular group of company. Yeah, Footworks is just one branch amongst the group of companies that they have. Awesome job done in profiling the individual. But here, look at that email which is available on the search engine. Jacob.thomas, Jacob at footworks.co.in is available. Now, when you go to validate it, probably you'll get a message saying, sorry, this is not working. Well, I'm here, sir. Yes, we want you here. Like in, सर थोड़ा सिक्सर मारना है, आज फाइनल्स हैं आईपीएल में, थोड़ा सिक्सर मारेंगे तो आपको टीवी में दिखाएंगे. आप टीवी में नहीं हैं सर, तो यानी आप पार्टिसिपेंट हो गए, यानी वो जो पेविलियन में बैठ के क्लैप करते हैं ऐसे हो गए. नहीं सर, अच्छा नहीं लगता है. My computer is working automatically. Oh, awesome. Okay, so he's an artificial intelligence. I like that. Yeah, that's correct. Bang on target. But again, see who comes in first. Who comes in first? The first one who wanted to run away is coming first. Okay, well, that's the nature of the beast. Yeah, I lost the voice again. Yeah, at a very crucial time, which is nice. Good. Seems like trying to type, but it's redirecting to other pages. Oh, that's a nice problem. So you're on Windows operating system, I guess. Okay, sir, I need to really look into that problem later, but maybe, yeah. So sorry about that. Try an incognito window, sir. Maybe that'll work. Try File, Incognito window, and from there try to search. Maybe if it's a plugin, something that is active, it will by default be deactivated on an incognito window. Give it a shot. Maybe that will solve the problem. Okay, all of you, whoever found footworks dot, I mean Jacob at footworks.co.in, job well done. Job well done. That's exactly how you do the hunting. There is a similar type of exercise. Haha, that's not going to be easy. You're supposed to be looking at Siddharth in your exercise. Siddharth and Kanha. He works in HCL. He is a profile who's not going to be easily found. He's not an author. He's not a celebrity. He's a technical guy sitting in HCL. Your work would be to find out what is Siddharth's email ID. And I can only give you a hint here as to what you need to do. Gather the footprints of all the domains related to HCL. Pick up everything related to HCL.com and match the topology, the pattern. First name, last name, first name, last name, first name underscore last name. There will be just one person or the one character from the last name. You might want to see the combination, apply them, and you will see it. HCL expense manager guy? No, no, sir. He's a tech guy. Yeah, he's a technology guy. Yeah, and he heads a team inside. He came into our classes, sir. He gave me a tough time to crack his email. Since I had a tough time cracking his email, I put that into an exercise now. So it's like a challenge for pretty much everyone who says, I know how to get this done. It will be a great challenge for Vanessa as well, because she might want to really pause her coloring videos and come back and find that exercise. Yeah. And I'm sure she will crack it because it's all about the topology. You must see a topology that doesn't really match very well and it's not frequently appearing. That's the topology you need to pick up and then try HCL. Bang on, it will work. I will die if I don't crack this. No, don't go to that extreme, but yes, I'm sure you will crack it the minute you come in with your computer. Is he in Bangalore? I think so. I think so. He came in 6 months back, but he gave me a tough time cracking that nut. And then finally, we figured out it was actually part of the topology, and we did finally, got his email. But end of the day, it really made us sweat, and sweating is always good. Sweating is always good, trust me. In Kannada they say, Vanessa, close your ears. Kai kesaradre by mosuru. Vanessa, open up your ears. Translation: when your hands get soil, you are now able to put food on the table. That's exactly what the quote says, and I think I'm a true believer of that. Get your hands as much dirty as possible. I'm sure you will be there someday. Yeah. Is he the real one? And the answer is yes. He's part of your first one. Siddharth Khanna, that's the gentleman. That's the gentleman. He's a business planner. How did you get this data? Oh, okay. Now you're looking at LinkedIn profile. Okay, good job. Good job. Hunt, hunt, hunt. Hunt. Okay, now let's go back. Now you know how to gather the information, right? You know how to pick up bulk emails, one-to-one hunting. There is absolutely nothing can stop you from. For example, you're joining a company which only speaks to a handful of companies. Yeah, there are plenty of companies like that which manufacture, which design softwares, machineries only to cater to a certain industry type and specific industries, I mean, specific companies only. Companies 200 plus employee size, companies with a certain revenue size, those are the only companies they're going after. And when they're doing such an activity, also called as account based marketing, they want people who can come back and tell them that you can figure out the game plan on how to source those email addresses using Google. Even if it's a person unidentified, you will still be able to combine the combinations and get those email addresses out. How many of those people in the marketplace have knowledge? Well, 15% of the entire marketplace has knowledge about how to go about doing this. The data companies existing inside India already knows how the game is planned, and they already have shifts of people like in 500 people employee size, and they build databases and sell it to US community. Okay, now that's some plan there. So 15 plus another 20% of the data team, we're looking at about 35% of the industry knowing what you know just now. Now, if you go inside and now look for a job or help the companies out, God bless you, there's going to be a quick absorption, like a vacuum sucking you inside the company saying, get that guy, we need them. Okay, now that's, the power of your knowledge in terms of what you've gathered so far. By the way, I must tell you that this module is no more on email marketing. You're the last group who has witnessed this particular lead sourcing part. The rest of the group who are joining in from Sunday batch next week onwards, they do not get to see lead sourcing. So, well, there's all the more reason for you to believe now, saying that you got more for your investment compared to the other gang. Well, the game is not over. Come with me. There's more to do. You just teach email marketing or any other courses in digital vidya? No, ma'am, just the email marketing for now. Yeah. Okay, come with me, all of you. Uh, we need to validate them. One-to-one validation is quick. Yeah, email tester, like in this guy. This is the 100 guy, so I don't want to mess up with him. So this is mail tester. So I go in, pick this up, and push it back to you. He does a one-on-one testing, and he does not do random testing too many times. So he knows which IP you're coming in from, and he will quickly restrict you from further doing tests for free. Yeah, because he doesn't really want to allow you. But the other doctor, which is this doctor, he has no constraints in how he talks to you. He can test any number of email, any number of combination, and sometimes he needs a little break. Yeah, if not, he will throw bad results. You might want to make sure that this doctor is carefully worked with, but he has no restrictions on how many checks you can do. But it's not going to solve my problems in terms of bulk extraction. Look at these bulk extractions. How do I solve this particular problem? Now, if you notice that the entire industry today is actually revolving around having data, and most of the data going bad. In 3 months, the data is going bad. Here's what they're doing: they're talking to service providers like these: Bright Verify, they're talking to Huboku, they're talking to a Kickbox, they're talking to Zero Bounce, they're talking to quite a lot of companies which actually charge you a premium to check to see if the email ID is working or not working. But I have a simple solution for you. If you're a freelancer, do the following: or you want to step in as a freelancer, or you're going to help a company do this email activity or validation activity, just simply go in on Google search and look for email validators. You'll find hundreds, and it is an operating system like Windows, and it will definitely have a lot of viruses around, because that's how they get the information out. Just giving you a free tool, they'll sit on your computer and then start looking at all of those information there, which is on your computer. You don't want to burn your fingers like that, but look for specific softwares, like for example the one here, Atomic Email Verifier. Now this guy charges you about 2,000 bucks, or maybe lesser, 1,800 bucks for your lifetime, right? You can use the software any number of times you want, and you can validate any number of email addresses on your Windows operating system without any viruses, clean, to the point, work on validating the data. That's exactly what Atomic Email Verifier does. Windows operating system and not Mac operating system at all. Now, there's another person who you want to bring in to the mix, which is called the Max Prog Email Verifier. Now, this guy works on both the systems, right? He works on Windows operating system. He works on your what do you call your regular Mac computers as well. Yeah, anything over and above 10, 10.9 and above. He works very well on the Mac operating systems too. I have this guy installed on my computer, so I'm going to bring that guy to work. Verifier. So there you go. You see the sign, the logo. He's jumping here. He's coming up now. Let me show you how to work around this guy. Okay, now I should also give you a little brief on this particular person. Yeah, this guy loves to work on a super fast internet connection. What do I mean by super fast internet connection? Anything about 20 Mbps of connection works very well. He also is eating up a lot of resources on your RAM, so you might want to have a dedicated 8 GB RAM, or a machine which has 8 GB RAM. He works very well with that particular connection type. He can do one-to-one validation. For example, Nithy at leadsourcing.in, and you hit that start button. He will quickly run in to find out if it's a valid email ID or not. All for free again. No restrictions, no number looked into. All for free. Well, I mean, you need to download the software, and you pay buy once and lifetime use. Okay, he validates that and quickly says it's a good one or a bad one. He can also validate a larger number of emails. For example, the list type. He will quickly say, point me to the place where you want to get that database from. So hit the cancel button if you don't have a CSV file. But we have a list of emails that are right here on a notepad. So copy them, Control C, and come into that particular white window, click once and paste. Removes the duplicates by default, takes it off, and now you have about, uh, he hasn't given me the count as yet. Okay, maybe when he starts working, I guess. Click the start button. There you go, 16 email addresses, and he starts to validate them. Valid, valid, invalid, probably timed out as well. The connection is not being accepted. He is calling the person, no one answers the phone. And when he says no one answers the phone, that means the person doesn't exist. He'll quickly give you that message saying that phone number doesn't work. And similarly, the email ID is not working, and it's something to do with abuse. God bless, you might want to really take that guy out. Yeah, the rest of them valid, and also you see looks valid. Looks valids are domain which are catch-all domains. When the topology is wrong, it will still be led to some email ID. For example, Tanmoy is first name last name, right? So you look at the Tanmoy logic, which is first name dot last name, and sometimes what happens is we make a mistake in not typing the right last name. What happens to such domains? Will it be refused? Well, it will still be accepted. It will be led to info at thecompany.name.com. Info at thecompany.name.com. Such domains are called catch all domains. We create these email addresses like that only to make sure that just because of a topology error, you don't want to miss out on a communication that is going into inside the company. Similarly, you can take a look at some of the domains here, which says if you're reaching out to cyber, info is not working, or you type something wrong here on the info. If you got the domain part right, it will still be led to somebody inside the admin to take a look at that particular email communication. The rest of them valid, and some of them saying, sorry, we knocked multiple times, no results coming out. You can see the entire process here. It was trying to knock and do an handshake with the server there on the other side, but since there was no response, it will quickly say, sorry guys. If it's a 250 okay, that means the recipient exists and they're ready to receive emails. That's the kind of check and the validation that the software does. Now, if you're doing consulting for projects, I mean consulting for companies, this is a quick walk around in terms of how you validate them. You do not share the software with the company. If you're on a freelancing basis, you might want to call out all the other industry names that are there and tell them saying, we do similar type of verification, but we do through our proprietary softwares. If you give up the software, that means you're not required. Yeah, I'm hoping that you know the game there. If you give out the software names, they will go ahead and put an admin guy to work on that, and you will be out of the project. So, well, you don't really want to give out those details, and you tell them saying, we use proprietary tools in the backend to do very similar type of verifications, and this is exactly what these guys also do. Yeah, and I have quite a handful of clients that I get data, and I just do validation for them. To just give you a little proof here, okay, now you're looking at some Noor Alim wants to validate the database, and so is Canberra. Canberra, yeah. So Canberra, list verification, list validation. So we send them, look at the number of data. This is 4,24,000. Where did we validate that from? Same tool, same tool. But it's a dedicated machine. It has 8 GB of RAM. It's a Mac computer again, and it works to check the databases. And we have the port number 25 open for any email kind of exchange going out. The software or the service provider allows us to do it, and we pay a premium for that. And what do we bill the client? Well, it's part of the consulting project, because my project charges from 50,000 bucks, so I charge them 50K for all of these activities done, along with the quieto login to verify the databases when they're moving out the campaign. Okay, now this is my engagement with this company. Here's another company, only for list validation. Look at the company names. These are the kind of lists they want to verify. We get them verified, and we put them on a quick list saying which is valid and which is not valid. To give you a quick here indication, this is the list name, total records that came by, valid, looks valid, and then bad ones, total minus. Put the screenshot there, take a screenshot, attach that into an emailer saying that the job is done. Monthly billing is what we bill the particular customer, and likewise our profits start to come in. Yeah, because I don't really need to log into an office now and say 9 o'clock हाजिर हैं और पंच किया, अटेंडेंस चेक किया, बुखार है, नहीं आ पाऊंगा, फिर भी आना है. No, 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 no. Give me a break. That's one of the reasons why we're spending time on Sunday morning, and I'm sure you will also do the similar stuff. Okay, anybody? Any questions? Email validation, chapter closed. All okay? What happened? Ostock, is it? Ostock? Yeah, I told you I'll give you great powers on the last day. But before that, I had to teach you responsibility, and that's why the module 1 and module 2. And now you're looking at great powers coming in, and that's one of the reasons why we didn't have this on the first module itself. Okay, a kind of had some plan to follow my rules. Okay, okay, cool. Now let's go and take a look at how softwares are simplifying your job now. Let's go. Sometimes the company will send you a list. Did I close that? Okay. Don't worry. I'll have to restart again and pass the examination again, I guess. Anyway, let's go back and take a look at some client interactions, and then you will get a fair idea as to how the projects come. I'm going into that same project one more time. This is the recent one, so I remember it over my head now. Uh, that's a data request. Okay, so data request comes in saying these are the airlines. Uh, Open this up, and you're looking at all of the airlines company. Now I can do a simple job here, like for example, you see those airline companies, and they say I want some data coming out of these airlines. Now the step number one process would be to go do the verification to see if they have a website, and since they have a website, you can go ahead and start looking at their topology, four-step process. Now, what if you were to simplify them? Are there any softwares that I can make use of? And the answer is yeah, sure, come with me. There's a company called Hunter, very similar to what our program sounds like. Hunting is what we do, and these guys also call themselves as Hunter. Just recently, they made some changes 1 year ago, I guess. Before that, they were email hunters or something like that, but now they are hunter.com or hunter.io. When you come into hunter.io, you can register for free, and they give you about 150 emails validation for free. I'm going to go sign in. Since I'm a very old member here, I was allowed to have a Gmail account, but they don't now allow you to have a Gmail account. You got to have a company's registration. Now, look at this. Out of 150 requests, I have eaten up 18, and there's more to go. That's my free plan. Now, what do they do? Well, if I know the company's name, I can just go ahead and drop the company's name and find out a list of emails. For example, hcl.com. It says, are you looking at hcl.com or this particular hcllessons.com? Well, I'm looking at hcl.com. Give me some email addresses. Here we go. All email addresses without even searching on Google. And if you want to see more, click the see more, and they start showing you more. See more, more. Wait until the green color says amber or turns amber or maybe red. If it's amber or red, that means it's not valid email anymore. So search as much as you want, click more, click more again, more, more. Okay, so I think my finger says, chalo yaar, itna kafi hai. This is enough, right? And when your mind says that, stop. Or until you get enough of all those HCL emails, continue to do that particular more button. Now the question is, where are they getting all these data from? Very similar to what you did, just that monkey is taking over now, and he doesn't need a human being. Let's see the sources here. Two sources where the email ID was mentioned. That is this email ID. So if I go into this particular source, I will see this email ID as well. This particular email ID was mentioned 15 times within the search engine. Wow. Now that's proof of evidence in terms of where they're gathering that info. And now you can export all of those info from a CSV doc. I mean, like to a CSV doc. Of course, they say you got to upgrade this particular, login. Only then you will be allowed to export them. But you and me have come into digital Vidya, and so we know there is email reaper. You go drop everything that you copied, turn that into one line, and you have 99 email addresses of HCL. Take them to a text file, job done. Similarly, if it's an airline company or any other company that you want to simplify your job, you just jump here to some of these tools, get your job done very quickly, easily. 150 for free, and that list had only about 120, 94 companies, all on a free account. I could have gotten the job done. Well, clients do not know this. So, what they think is that it's impossible to find such email addresses. Guys, go ahead and do the getting hands dirty kind of a job. And we are a service company and we love to get our hands dirty. And so we look at that list and say, okay, chalo, isko domain lagao pehle. First step is to add domains in. And then go ahead, look at these smaller tools, pick up, harvest the data, push it back to the customer. Client happy, you're happy, job gets done very quickly. Okay, cool. That's another way of getting the process made easy or simple. Let's go and find out another company. This company works on a US logic. US company is quite easy to get them. Let me show you that as well. Stay with me. Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? You're thinking what to do with these knowledge, isn't it? Yeah, maybe. That is a good thinking. Start thinking. Start thinking, because there's going to be more around here. Um, we bucketed them into a different folder. So give me 1 second, and I mean 1 minute to be precise. I'm going to hunt that particular doc. Uh, or if I remember, it had something to do with the monkey called Lucy. It had something to do with the monkey called Lucy, so it must be Elusify, something like that. Elusify. I know the Lucy. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, so that's the name. Lucy is a monkey, which actually turned to be very close to the humankind kind of stuff. So that's Lucy, and this is Lucify, right? So you get into Lucify, create a free account, and they give you 400 contacts for free every month. Yeah, what a breakthrough. Lead sourcing at gmail.com. Uh, Hopefully that's the right login. No, okay. Okay, stay with me. That's wrong as well. Okay, Elusify. Yeah, that's the problem with the monkeys. Monkeys need softwares need username, passwords, and it's tough to crack all of those nuts together. Let me see. They must have sent me a thank you email, thank you for registration kind of stuff. So let us see that, and then I can show you the. Yeah, they had sent me an email, so it is definitely something to do with lead sourcing. Okay, got it. Uh, so it must be a capital letter, small letter, nothing at all. Okay, in that case, you reset the password. At the end of the session, please provide all the websites you have shown. I will not be able to compile all of them, so that's why I'm pushing it on the search engine so that you do it. I'm hoping that you have copied pretty much all of them because it's all based on the context, and I'm actually giving you all of those emails. Yeah, so websites as well. So let's go back here and quickly check them out. Yogesh, please keep a close watch on the links. Okay, what's your new password? Oh, okay. Now see, that's the trouble. They want a special character. They want. No wonder why my system threw up an error. Okay, did I pass? I still failed with an additional character there. Uh, okay, great. Confirm does not match. Okay. Uh huh. Okay, change the sky as well. Okay. Fantastic. Reset the password. Log in. And they don't like to remember the password either. Okay, no problem. Uh, there you go. Am I in? Okay, yes, I am. And you can see that they give you 400 for free. And here you can pretty much search for any kind of job titles that you want. For example, I'm looking for CEOs. Okay, so let's go search. And it brings up the entire database. Look at 74,375 CEOs in and around. So I can break them down into company, revenue size, or if I know a particular email ID I'm looking for, I can go ahead and search more. C-level titles, and I'm looking at job title done. If it's a particular company that I'm looking at, sure, Oracle. Okay, so there are many branches in Oracle. So look at this Oracle here, please. Go ahead, get them out, and I'm gonna go take these CEOs out. So let's see only the C level titles from Oracle. Not many from Oracle there. Maybe a domain, oracle.com. 22 email addresses of all C level titles from Oracle. And I can download them. I can export them into a CSV file because I can do that for about 400 emails. No problem at all. All 22 contacts, export, comes into a CSV document. Open the CSV document and you will see pretty much every detail that you want about the person and the company, including their LinkedIn profile and Twitter handle. Softwares doing the magic. So the data is already available with many companies. They're giving out for free as well. And if you want to get more, you can always subscribe and handle more. Give me a heads up if this is clear. This is Lucify. This is Lucify. Remember the monkey called Lucy? I don't know if you follow the monkey called Lucy, or if you watch the movie called Lucy. I'm sure this name will be quite easy for you to recall. There's another company that I want to show you as to how they work. This guy is called Tufur, I think. Yeah, TOOFR.com. Links are being given, so please copy them into a notepad. Request you to please do it. Thank you. Yeah, no, once you come in here, it says, well, I can go ahead and look at some data in terms of what I want. So I'm going to go sign in here. Okay, it says what's your first name and last name of the person that you're looking for, and what's the company's address. So once you give this data in, it will go ahead and check for any email that is possibly available. If not, you can always go ahead and say, could you please go get me a list of contacts, for example. This the file that I showed you about the airline, I can quickly upload the entire file onto that, or I can just say find the top 3 matches for this particular domain. Click. button. Click the next button. It's searching. It's a paid login, and these guys only work on a paid login, and it's not too very heavy on your pocket. It's only $28, and 2000 2800 is the balance. I think 3000 contacts that you could search for. So if you have a list of emails that you want to actually pick up, you can go ahead and do that. Prospect file. Yeah, or you could just come in here and say finder. Maybe I can search for Tanmoy's company again. uh, that's Tanmoy for us. Okay, so that's the company that I know. And maybe the person's name is Tanmoy. I don't know the last name. Will it really show me? Enter the last name as well. It says it was Roy, I think. Yeah, Ray. Right, Ray. Right. So Ray, check. Runs, and it will also go ahead and put that into your account, and once it's done it will quickly show you. There you go. It shows you the picture of the person, it shows you the education, the kind of background he has, the LinkedIn profile of that individual, and here are some more results of where this email address was found. That's another company doing the magic, very similar to what we saw earlier. But if you're looking at detailed profiling of individuals within your company, you have no shortage of tools. There are hundreds of them which can do the magic. On your LMS platform, most of the tools that we discussed is being listed down. So you're free to download the list of softwares and plugins, and you're free to try them out all on your own using the list there. If you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please fire them off. For now, we're done with the day. Lead sourcing coming to a closure, which means we close or wrap email marketing course completely done. If there's any questions, please use the chat applet and fire. No questions? That's Tanmoy for you. I hope the data is accurate. Tanmoy, can you confirm? Isn't that you? Look, we can find more about you now. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So you can literally do whatever you'd like to. These search engines are directly pinging Google, by the way. And yeah, if you can really sit down and get a website like these, sell off the solution to a lot of people. And if you can build a bulk list of people based on your own assessment as to what is important for the audience, if you're listing up there, you can always go ahead and upload them and put it for sale as well. Yeah, so that's another buy and sell kind of a platform. Okay, did I miss anything? I no. As far as I know, I've given everything that I know and do with the audience here, with my clients, and that's exactly what is the learning you also had. If I'm making money, that means I'm sure you should also make money. Yeah. So get busy, get more calls to be made. Go ahead and do all of that piece. I'm sure all will be well. This is my last feedback link to you, and there's going to be a new group that I'm going to be meeting, and most of them have that same question like how you had, similar to what Vanessa had. Will I learn? Does he know anything about email marketing? Looks like a dark guy. He's not the white skin guy, so he's not a US guy. Would he know anything about email marketing? Now, I can't answer that question using a blogger or maybe a content writer. I can only ask the participants. So please be kind enough to actually click that link and drop a line as to how the training was. Thank you very much for your help, and bye for now. I might want to give out some rewards here for Indra, and I want to find out who else. If I were to search for Indra, look at the footprints. Okay, now if I were to search for another individual, uh, come out and search again, search Vanessa. That's the footprint we're looking at. Not much as Indra's footprint, but again, she definitely was active in the class. Sid, I think he will beat everybody else. Yeah, so look at that. He is beating up Indra right there, left, right, center. So both of these people deserve a gift here as to holding on to the class and keeping up the. So is Tanvi. I don't know if I can ping Tanvi. Tanvi. No, only when required, I guess. She doesn't really come in too often. But yes, yeah, for Indra and Siddesh, register a Quieto login, and give me an email. Send me an email and tell me that you registered with the username so and so, so and so. And I will give you 365 days access, unlimited test on Quieto. Yeah, but need your help while completing my assignment. Sure. So, Smitha, how I can help you? Tell me right now which assignment it is, and I can walk you through. Yeah, Sudesh and Indra, congratulations! Thank you very much for being very active in the class. And of course, you have a reward to take, and that will be like a reward that you'll remember me forever. Because when your clients have a problem, you have a tool to check and quickly back the client. And the rest of you, you get a client here, you know where to knock. You get a client and you don't know where to go, do your homework and just give me a call, or maybe write to me. I'm not supposed to be giving out email addresses or phone numbers, but you know me, so I think we can't really avoid this. And since you're lead sourcing, what do you call experts, can I hide my phone number and email addresses anymore from you? Well, I can't. So go ahead, use my email and phone number. When you have a client and you need a little push or a pull, give me a call and I can push you from the cliff. Yeah, and you will learn to fly. What is the complete telephone number? Oh, okay, that's 91, ma'am. I think plus 91 211 and the double four. Yeah, this is exactly how it looks. I have been an active participant because of your way of teaching. So the credit goes to you. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, your 0.1% with something. Do you think I will ever forget? Do you know where I've already adopted this? I've already adopted this in my classes. In my Wednesday class, yeah, Thursday I finished another batch. I was working on a batch there. I did make your mention. I did tell them saying Siddesh remembers, this particular formula in this format, and they all know about you. So who's famous here? And I think it's all you. You did well. Classes were awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vanessa. Please, use that feedback form as well. It's very important. Thank you. And also make a mention that the first day you wanted to run away. It'll be really nice because that's exactly how most of them feel. They will have to muster up courage to be inside, and that's exactly what they must do. And over a period of time, I'm sure they will get to see what is what. Mukesh is here. I think Mukesh was also not okay with this, but I'm sure he came in. He endured, which is nice, and he hasn't been participating. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure he will know. Thank you very much, all of you. Bye for now. And if there is anything, do give me a ping. I'm unfortunate that all good things come to an end. Thank you, sir. Yes, it has to, sir. Thank you. And it's all for good again. It's all for good. You'll have to now carry all of this knowledge back again to the clients and see how you can monetize them. Your investment should come out of like in ROI should come out of your investment in the next 6 months. So all is in your hand. Once you get that ROI and say that I've got my money back that I invested on digital vidya, I'm ready to take up another training. Like Tanvi is going to take up Python. She's not going to sleep quietly. Yeah, she knows one piece of the element is complete. There's another puzzle that she'll unwind very soon. Tanvi, if you need help and assistance on any of those programming languages, do give me a ping. Thank you, sir. Sir, it's an honor to be around. Thank you very much. Yeah, authors sitting down very quietly. Awesome. Thank you. Sir, could you please share all the notes in the PDF document? That's a good one. Thank you. Who's this? Mukesh. Mukesh, I'm coming. Let me convert all of this into a PDF document and push it back to you. but you'll have to just hold on and what do you call zoom in a little bit, because this is a curio doc, and on a PDF I think it'll be a little out of proportion. You might want to manage that piece. Hold a second, I get this to landscape, and I think the last used, mm, I think A4 is good enough. A4, export this PDF. Can you share the notes with me as well? Sure, ma'am. I'm doing it right away. Stay with me for about 5 minutes. I'm going to actually push this across to you. Curio files. This is Sunday, Sunday, Sid's batch. Close. Okay, so let's see if it's going out. PDF document exporting. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Sachin. Now, this guy is going to take a while because it's been 4 weeks and there's loads of information around there. So give him some time. Ah, finally, he heard me, I guess. Okay, so I move this to the Dropbox link. Okay, there you go. That's your link and the entire class notes. Thank you for reminding, Mukesh. Here's the link. You're free to download them, and just make sure that you download the copy and zoom in a little bit to take a complete view. I think it by default looks good, but there are places where we have overlapped pages. So yeah, that's the only thing that you'll have to hold on to. Not an author blog, post. Google somehow overhyped it. I know you're very humble. You indeed are good, and a lot of education there to go with. Yeah, along with digital marketing. What a value add! What a value add! God bless you, sir, and thank you for being very humble. All right, I'm done for the day. Uh, and if there's anything, my contact details as well. So give me a ping when in trouble, when in not in trouble, when you need some help. Yeah, you know where to ping, and all related to email marketing. So you can keep your laptop open, keep your internet open, because I will quickly ask you to do the same when you actually get on the phone or on the chat. So that's something that you can do in the back end when you're calling me. Thank you. Bye bye for now. Thank you, Vanessa. And look forward for your English version. Ping me as soon as the English version is out. If not, I'll train my son to actually get used to your language then. Bye bye now. Gone through a great session. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.